Let me make sure my mic is on. Oh, there we go. The mic is on. Hello, everybody. I know I always go on like 5 minutes early when I go live during the Mercury retrograde because we know how technology can act up. So I'm so glad to be able to be here once again, providing some readings from messages of love from above, from the Creator, from Spirit, from your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, from unicorns and fairies and leprechauns, whatever you believe those beautiful beings of unconditional love and light are. Definitely, they are here to answer questions, give you signs, whatever they may be. So, welcome to another live session. This, of course, is all part of my YouTube subscriber marathon as I'm looking to grow my subscribers to 1,000 or more. And thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed. Last weekend, I surpassed 500, so we're past the mid goal. And I'm so grateful and so thankful for all that and all the wonderful participation and watching all the videos and all of that. So thank you so very much. Also, of course, over on my YouTube channel, I actually put out weekly readings for each individual zodiac sign. I call them like energy updates, so that's always available. Also, monthly readings for each zodiac sign. So there's tons of playlists because I also put out pick a cards and monthly, seasonal things as we change zodiac signs. There's a bunch of different types of videos that I put out, and all that is free content. So be sure to check that out. And of course, during this YouTube subscriber marathon, I'm also weekly putting out giveaways, and I down in this description box of this video actually has the playlist giveaway link, so you can check those out and sign up. I just did a drawing yesterday for my Wish Upon a Star astro readings. Next Saturday, I have a 3-tier personal reading giveaway, which depending on how many comments I get, I'll give a 30-minute recorded uh, personal reading, and if I get like 20, I'll give an addition of 45-minute, and then if I get 30 or more comments, I'll even add in an hour personal reading. So that's there, and then this last Friday, I put out the next giveaway, which will be a week. The drawing will be a week from this next Saturday, which is a life compass astro reading, which has to do with your north and your south node, and it talks about what's your highest expression that you came here to try to experience, and what you come into this world with, the challenging aspects of our life, of our human character. So wonderful things. So be sure to check that out if you haven't subscribed already. I really appreciate you considering doing so. In order to comment on this video, you do have to be a subscriber, so as soon as you do it, it'll let you put comments in the chat room down here. So you definitely have, if you want to get a free reading right now live, you can just pop that in there. So really appreciate it. I think that's everything on my list. Let me just double check. Yes. So all of that out of the way. I was thinking too, if you guys would be interested in any kind of like doing a Q&A on how you can expand your spiritual gifts, how you can create a like a gelatin bubble around yourself so you don't take on everyone else's emotions, because I know a lot of you have that empathic ability where you feel the feels and of everyone else. So if you're interested in that, or if there's anything else that you would like in addition to having readings, pop it down in the comments. I love to hear what ideas you guys have and see what resonates, so we will do that. Wow, hey everybody, I wasn't paying attention, and thank you so much. Welcome everybody. Hello. And let's take a look here. I am doing fantastic, wonderful, beautiful day here. How is everyone else doing? I know it's nighttime or early morning or tomorrow in different locations around the world. So, yeah, if you want to share, tell me where you're from and what time it is where you're at. It's noon here, Mountain Time in the United States, where I'm at. So we will take a look here. I do want to start off before I start getting into the readings there. We have these, let me see if I can, there we go. These beautiful guardian angel cards. Let me adjust the light here a little bit so it doesn't wash out the card so much. And we did want to take a look and see what the guardian angels would like us to know to start off this session. And then if you have any questions you'd like me to ask Spirit, just pop them down in the chat room. I'll go in order. And if you're like, well, I don't really want to tell everyone what's going on, but I want a reading, you can just ask for a general reading. I will also throw some general readings out there for all of those that will watch this video after the fact that didn't have a chance to ask anything. Or I know in the beginning I was shy and I don't want attention to myself. Spirit knows, and so I'll just pull some general readings too for the people who are not asking questions, so you can get messages too. So let's take a look here. What would our guardian angels? Okay, right away here. So we've got it's the rainbow. Let's see if it'll maybe focus. Come on. All right, it is not going to focus there, so that's okay. I'm going to read it anyway. It says, "You are a jewel, even though you may not see it. Even in the darkest times, you shine eternally bright. You are surrounded by an aura of love, and a pot of gold waits beyond the horizon. All will clear soon. Trust and continue to follow your dreams. You are eternally blessed." So I love that. We are jewels. I absolutely love that. All right. Excuse me. So thank you, everyone. I'm just going to read through the comments real quick here. So, Swami, we will um, pull yours first. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking. And oh, very good. Oh, beautiful from South India. Wow. Okay. And then MF, we will take a look and I'll read that again here in a moment. So let's go ahead and for Swami here. So you are wanting to know, does your dear online friend think of you? Now, for those types of questions, I am going to use when it has to do with relationship type stuff. I'm going to use these love oracle cards, which I have both the pink and the black deck, and they had me combine them together. The black represents the other person, and the pink represents your higher heart, yourself. So we'll take a look here and see what they would like you to know about this dear online friend. All right, so let's take a look here. What would they like you to know about this dear online friend? Okay, got a couple cards flying out already. All right, what else? Anything else? Okay, they just want to start with these two. So they gave two black cards for them and one for you. All right, so we'll take a look at their feelings first here. Okay, so they got the Grim Reaper, which don't they have stuff that's written on the bottom, but of course we are going to read intuitively with these what spirit wants you to know. And that is just about like a change. There's a change happening in their life, okay? And then they have the wedding rings. So this is about commitment. And um so I feel like and I don't know if how deep this commitment is with someone else, but it's like their commitment is ending on the other side with someone else. Like either they had an interest or they were married or engaged or dating or doing something before like you uh, either like you came along, but they're like that's ending on their side. And so they're going through that piece of what's going on right now. And what's interesting is that you have the axe. which is basically spirit's way of saying um, you you don't want to create ties with them. They're in a nice way, just saying, and like right now, because of whatever's going on in their life, what's their life is becoming this kind of chaos with this ending. They're just emotionally, confused and a lot of stuff going on with them. And because of that, you don't want to be the breakup, the rebounded n- one, right? You don't want to be the one where they're like, I need a teddy bear. There you are. Come here. And then when they're done with you, they as they go on somewhere else. So they're like going, you know what? Don't get emotionally involved with them as they're going through this change, this ending that's going on in their lives, because that's not who you want to be. Let someone else be that, and then after she throws away that teddy bear, then maybe it'll be there. Oh, is it? Is anyone else having any internet trouble? Am I slow everywhere, or is it just a connection across the seas? You guys can let me know if this is lagging at all. So I don't have anything else going on. So hopefully that came through okay on there. You might try to rewind and see if it came through clear. It might have just been a big storm happening in between here and over there. So okay. So that is what they're telling you there. With your dear online friend thinking of you. They're going through this other thing that's happening, this ending of this relationship. So, you know, uh, it's not that they don't think of you; they just don't think of you in that way yet, right now, because they're just. And so I would listen if you want to heed that advice. If you want to be the teddy bear and have them for a short period of time and then be tossed after they're over their trauma, emotional trauma, then enjoy it. But if that's not what you want, then you have the information of what you can choose to do there. So if you have additional questions, pop them down. I'm going to keep on going through here, and let me just take a look. Right, MF. Let's see. Oh, wow. Well, I'm sorry that Spirit was correct. Well, no, I'm not, because we knew that they were, but oh wow, yeah, definitely. You know, it's good. It's good for you. It's happening for you, right? Because I love that you're planning to apply for a visa to UK and Europe and go back and visit. So it's freeing you up to invest your energy somewhere else. So I do love that. So I'm glad that made you laugh, Swami. So, Sudipta? Hopefully I said that correctly. I apologize if I mispronounced that. Hey, Swimmer girl, welcome. So glad you made it. So Sudipta, does Chinmoy love you? And says you're just good friends. Well, we're going to use those love oracle cards, and we're going to see what Spirit would like you to know about that. So let's take a look. All right. So tell us about Chin. I'm going to call him Chin. Do they love you? Whoa, okay. So you had two pink cards pop up, which, if you just joined, the pink cards represent you. Black cards in the deck represent the other person. So they are giving you information. Oh, okay. Uh, just one second. Whoops. All right. Wow. As I knock everything around, that's what happens when you're live, right? So one black card came flying out as I just said that. So Let's see if there's any others. I'll do it further over here. Okay, there is one that wants to be seen here. It's trying to run away. Okay. All right. So they gave me three pink and two black. So let's take a look here. The first one that popped out, though, is for you, and this is for Sudipta. If I apologize again if I did that, and you have the not enough card. And what I feel from that, of course, is there's this frustration around it where they're not giving you enough of what you're really wanting, and you also have there it goes, the hand of cards, which is your. I feel like you don't want to overplay your cards. You don't want to play the wrong card because there's this fear that if you shared feelings or did the wrong thing, that would chase them away, and you kind of have that fear that's going on. Yeah, and you have the boat here, which this is about. You're not receiving what you need, what you want from the relationship. So all three of those cards are basically communicating that, right? It's like it's not enough, but he says we're friends, but I want more, but I think he has more, but does he? But I don't want to say anything because if I do, then I'll lose him. But I don't know. If I don't say anything, what if? So you have all these cards in your hand and you're like, hmm, which one do I want to play? So that is what the spirit is showing. And let me get all the dust off here. And then for him, he has this abundance feeling that's going on. He feels like he has it all already. And let me see what this other card is here too. Yeah. So he has passion in his life, and it's almost like, and um, don't hate him for this, but he has several people that like him in a lot of different ways, and it's almost like he doesn't have this I wouldn't say desire, but he just doesn't have this need right now to choose between people because he's got this person he likes hanging out with that likes to do this, and then this person that likes to do this, and this person that likes to do this, and he's just like he enjoys being having this. It's almost like all these people that make up the one person that's his dream in his mind, right? And so he hasn't really looked beyond that, and it's not, he's not being a player. It's like I almost feel like he's young in mind and heart, where he just doesn't. Yeah, what do you mean? I have to decide. He just doesn't get it in his mind that he wants that. So, he loves you, but and he likes being good friends, but he also it's like there's several individuals, which male and female, you know, uh, but it's just like he doesn't. His life feels so full. He doesn't feel like he needs to decide. It's like a little kid in a candy store where he's experiencing life in such a beautiful, brilliant way that he's just doesn't even think about it. He's just like so involved and excited. He's not thinking about people he's bumping out of the way to get to some candy, and he doesn't see that. So, you know, um, hopefully that brings some clarity around what you were wanting to know so you can know what you want to do going forward. So, um, you can continue to hang out and enjoy him for who he is and enjoy the candy store too. Or you can say, like, you know what? I don't want to invest my energy in that. And you can just, drift away if you want. But I really feel that is, the kind of the scenario where we're at right now. And like I said, he's not doing anything intentionally. He's just like, wow, look at life, and he's just living it up, and he doesn't realize it. It hasn't like knocked him in the head yet to go, oh wow, now I see, how people might feel used because I'm enjoying everyone for who they are. He just doesn't get it yet. So hang in there. All right. So if you have additional questions, pop them down. I'll continue to go to get through those. Yeah, I know some ago. I mean, they really, I forgot I even had them until I think it was Friday, maybe, that they were like, relationship questions. You're getting a lot of them. You have these cards. I'm like, oh, and they've been talking like crazy for sure. All right. And then we're going on to Shivi Raja. And I probably murdered that. So sorry. Please, you can ask a happy, lifelong, and best marriage for you. Who is right for you? Your boyfriend or an arranged marriage? Okay, let's take a look here and find out here. Let's take a look and see what they have. Very good. Well, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I am loving doing these live readings and connected to the spirit world, so it's my honor. I'm so glad that they brought you here for the message. So let's see what they have to say for you here. So, for a happy, lifelong, and best marriage for you, what is right for you? Okay, so they did give me a black card, which would represent the other person. Let's see what else they want. Okay, so they did give you a total of 5 cards, 3 pink and 2 black, which would be the others. And I kind of felt like the paradise would be the first one, which would be the boyfriend. So this represents the number one that you mentioned was boyfriend or arranged marriage. So boyfriend seems like paradise, and then for the arranged marriage, let's take a look here, and that has there it goes, and that says a date, meeting someone new, dating, get back out there, setting a date. Um, and I kind of feel like um, both are. I mean, you can see here one is paradise and like fun, fun. Date seems like it has that structured kind of like and I don't feel like a date like going out on a date. I feel like it's like it almost feels like business. In fact, you can even see here that it looks like a businessman, and like at this like there's this business type of feel about it, right? Now let's look at yours here. Yeah. So I love this message for you. If it'll focus, there it goes, because it talks about self-indulgence, but this is about focusing on you and your self-worth and for you. So self-appreciation, it's like um, choose what you want because it's going to be you that's going to be living it your entire life, right? Yeah. Let's see here. There it goes. And but it also is talking about not chasing after something, not looking for this codependency. And let me pull this other card here too. Yeah. So this is you transcending that. That's why they wanted me to pull this here. So you are moving above these feelings of making these choices that you feel like, well, I need to make other people happy. I'm the one that needs to give to everyone else. I'm the one that, has to do all of this because otherwise I'm worthless. I'm not who, um, you know, I'm not acceptable. I'm not lovable. And I can be, a lot of the, and I know culturally, it can be if you don't choose what the families are arranging, sometimes that can be very life changing for you. You can be cut off, or you can be, they're like, "Rah," because they're so strongly wanting you to do this. But there's also this energy we put out. Whatever you choose for you in your life, it's like with you accepting you and who you are and what you want in life, other people will follow suit with a lot of that too. So I really feel like it's saying the happiness that you have is going to be, because the paradise, if you want paradise, that's number one. If you want this business security, da 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 da, then that's option number two. and you know which one you want, what you want to do, but they're saying choose for you, don't choose for everyone else, because everyone else is going to be living their life in their life and whatever, and some people aren't going to be around for very long in your life anyway, and so when you know uh, if they're angry and they cut you off, you're like, okay, but I'm living my life, it's I love that card about self-indulgence, of finding your own self-worth and turning within you to define you, not being controlled by relationships with family or friends or romance or whatever. You're finding what you want inside, and you're going to be living that. So exactly, exactly. Yeah. So, right on the money there. If they're not the best option, you'll know it because you'll be like, "No." You're like, "You feel like the other one." I'm like, "No, I don't want it to be this emptiness and this business arrangement, I want I want enjoyment. I wanna live, not exist." And that's kind of the where you're at in the middle there, so I do love that for you. So let's take a look here. I'm going to continue going down here. So we have SDA. You had a great dream. Oh, great. Confirming the message. Wonderful. Sure. So we'll give you some clarity here regarding JB. And I'll continue to go down here. And so Radha Gupta, you'll be next. So SDA, let's take a look here. What would they like you to know? Okay, around JB. All right. Wow. So they gave you 4 pink cards. So this is all about you here. So they want to give you insights. Okay, they did give you 2 black cards for your perspective for them. I feel like they're wanting you to see what's going on inside there. Absolutely, Shiva, just pop them down and I will get to it as I come back around. Absolutely. So let's take a look here. So um, I'm going to show you all 4 of them first. If they'll okay, there we go. So you have snake here first, which for this is you shedding skin. You are making this transformation. You're letting old ways go. Okay, yeah, because you also have the ascending card. Come on, come on. There it goes. So you're rising above and going in this new direction. You're seeing things from a different perspective. You are really growing quite a bit through this. Of course, this is you. This is your interest in talking. There it goes. Talking and communicating. So you have this. This is what you're wanting to do and what you're wanting to head toward in your fourth one. Yeah, there you go. And so it's like there's options. You're been given the keys and your communication with him. With and I forgot the initials are JB. So your communication with them is is the key to what is unfolding and doing these things for you. And I really love this, you know, divine appointment, with them, and that you are really realizing a lot about yourself through it all and your beliefs and your thoughts and around all those things, and those are expanding. So I love that because what for him, it's like here's them. They're going through this change of themselves. They are going through a big ending and new beginning on their side as well. And they want you to know that. But, for right now, um, there is this communication here. This is like um, they're they're kind of like I said, the communication comes and goes and comes and goes. And I like that they're telling you that, basically it's not about you specifically, but like with your growth and with what's going on with you, you have that going on, but he has this huge ending and new beginning going on in his life. and that only allows him to communicate here and there, right? And he only can. It comes in floods almost. It feels like it's like blah 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 blah, and then you're like, oh hey da 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 da, hello hello, and then hey blah blah da 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 da, and it's like because he only has so much that he can give at different times as well. So um, that is what they're wanting you to know about that. Let me see here. Yeah, they do want me to pull a couple um, tarot for you too. Let's see what else they want you to know here. Hey, MF. Sorry if I. Oh, when you said hi earlier today, is that when MF? When you because that was actually, if that's what you're talking about, this was I scheduled all of these like on Friday or Saturday, and so they're out there, but I'm not actually in them. So I when I said hi to you earlier, that's when I was actually in the room. So sorry about that. Didn't mean it to seem like I was ignoring you. All right, so SJ, what more would they like you to know about JB and what's going on? Okay, so they gave you two cards here. Yeah. Again, you're getting this message of the Eight of Pentacles is you're ready to move to a new level. You're moving up, and all this work you've done in the outside world and your relationship to it and your like your self-worth and how you feel, how you're evaluating yourself in the outside world, you've been doing it. And so you are ready to move up to this next level. Wow. And then you got the Nine of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card. So you are moving in the direction of your true inner emotional fulfillment because the nines are like the hermit card in the major arcana, which the hermit is all about turning inward and finding the whatever we're looking for within. So the nine of cups, cups are emotions. The nine of cups is about turning inward and finding this. So great, wonderful growth in all these cards for you that you are moving up. You are seeing things from bigger and bigger perspective and these interactions with them, whether they are, wonderful, 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 or, like you're like, where did they go? Whatever is happening, these beautiful mirrors are taking you in these beautiful, beautiful directions. So I do love that for you. Um, so that's what they have for you right now. If you have additional, more specific questions or anything, you can pop them down and I'll be happy to circle back around. Thank you, everyone, for your patience as I get to your readings. I so appreciate you guys being here. It's an honor for me to do these readings. And so they will blah, blah, blah sometimes. So it's like, but when we get to yours, they may blah, 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 blah too, right? It's like waiting in the line at the post office and someone's like, five packages, really? But when they get done, the person, the postmaster, whatever, they take their time to make sure they're getting your package where it needs to go to, right? So thank you for your patience. All right, so now we're on to Radha Gupta, and I'm sorry, I probably know I mispronounced that. Will your parents happily agree eventually to let you marry your boyfriend and give their blessings? So, this is about your parents. I do want to use the True Heart Tarot because this is about them and what they're. So we'll take a look there, and then Vrenda Bedika, and I'm just going to say a big apologies for me and my pronunciations. Well, you'll be next, okay? So let's take a look here. Will they agree eventually and give their blessings? Okay. All right. So what would you like Radha to know? That's okay. What else? Okay. Okay. All right. So you got three. Wow. So I really like this for you. First of all, you have the 10 of discs. I really want that to focus in. Please, I really want this to focus in. Because here This is like your parents and you. And the Ten of Discs is a wonderful card of abundance, of completion, of wholeness. So I really like that. Then you got the Tower card, and don't be afraid of this one, because what I feel is that there's going to be these changes that happen in your life, actually in your parents' life, that allows them to see life in a completely different way. And I don't feel like it's nothing that happens to them specifically, but it's like a family member or something in the world. Something happens in their world where they're just like, wow, what is most important in our lives, right? And so it just really shakes up their world and rattles their cage. Because then you also have the Sun card, which is one of the most victorious, uh, bright, beautiful, flowing cards in the entire deck. So with all of these, I am getting a huge yes that this does, that they will eventually let you marry your boyfriend and give their blessing because of this thing that happens in their life that makes them really see things in a different perspective. And they're like, what is, what's more important in life? That we get our way or that you are happy? And it just changes things in their life. So um, I, I, I don't feel bad for your parents that they're going to go through it because everything happens on purpose for a purpose. But my heart goes out to them because it is going to be something very significant for them that really rattles their world. So it really hits them to where it wakes them up to that. So I'm happy for you, and my heart goes out to them. So I do love that. Let's take a look here. Okay. So and since you asked a quick question, I'll just follow up on that too, because you're asking when, how soon would this be? And I'm going to pull a numerology card for that. And let's just see if they'll tell you that real quick. Sometimes they'll tell us time frames, other times they're like, it's all about being in the moment, going with the flow. So we'll take a look here. So can you tell us about the time frame on this? What are we able to let them know? Okay. Yeah, so we have the pride card here, and it's just a matter of they're not giving a time frame on here. Um, so they're just like it is about uh, it's an adventure in how you feel and how you see your worth, how you see yourself going through it, and not allowing it. They're showing me in my head. I looked off and I'm all seeing this picture in my head of them, being stern and stuff, but you just continue to love them and respect who they are, but you don't have to give in to what's going on, right? But you're just like, it's okay, you know, I love you. That's your response, to anything they do. Rah, 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 and you're just like, I love you. And that's what they're showing is just continue to be focus on love, 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 and let them go through whatever they're going to be going through. And I think that's why they're saying they're not giving us a time frame because uh, it's important that your parents experience what they're about to experience. And I do feel though, it's not like decades away. I feel like it is over this next year, because that 19, it's like between uh, between October and a year. So it's like almost between this October and before October of next year. So it's over this next coming year that this is going to happen to them and for you. So if you have additional questions, pop them down. I'm going to continue to go here. Everyone's waiting so patiently, and I really appreciate that. And so let's see, we have Vrinda Vedika, and it says between automation job and development job, which is a great and satisfying work life for you? Okay, We'll take a look here. I do want to use these Healing Light Tarot, and let's take a look here and see what advice they have here for me. And thank you everyone who's joining and who has subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate you considering doing so. I have a lot of free stuff that I give away, or I put out a lot of free videos throughout the month, but I also have a ton of giveaways going on. And if you haven't checked those giveaways out yet, there's a playlist listed in the description box. So if you want to check any of those out and see if it's anything that you would like to get in the drawing for, be sure to do that. All right. So I'm going to do two different stacks. One is your automation job. So we'll take a look at that first and see what they want you to know about that. Okay, just one card for the automation. And then what about the development job? What do they want you to know about that? Okay, one for each. Well, that's easy, right? So for the automation job, they're giving you the High Priestess, which is telling me there's a lot of unknowns about that job. There's a lot of hidden things that you're not aware of going in that position. And so be aware of that and maybe dig a little deeper into what the job entails, what the benefits are, uh, you know, how much time is it going to take? What are the expectations around the job? Really look into that. Let me see what this other one is here. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is about education too, but it is about moving up and having advancement opportunities that would be available in that. Kind of feel I keep on hearing school too. There might be some additional schooling that you'll be able to do or have to do for that position in comparison to the other one. So as you're looking into both of those positions, I would really look into that. But with the High Priestess being around that automation job and the other one being Eight of Pentacles, which Pentacles is about abundance and your outside world and moving up, like you're ready to move from a apprentice to a master in a position that it does feel like there's more room for growth and opportunity in the development area, whereas that automation, it seems like there's a lot of hidden things that will surprise you, and I don't feel like they necessarily are bad, but there's a lot of surprises. So if you needed to make a decision today, I would say go for the development job. So that is what they wanted to bring forward for you there. I'm gonna pull some more cards here too. Let's like, what else would you like to know about the job search? Yeah, you have the Knight of Cups, and then this is great because the Knights, of course, they quest and they go after things, and Cups is all about emotional fulfillment. And what I love about it is because when you first asked me that, what I was hearing in the back of my head was do what you love. What is going to bring you joy? That's what you get to hold that. You get to do that. So they also wanted to let you know that is like, well, you know what the jobs will entail, and you can investigate them. But follow the High Priestess is also about trust your gut and trust your intuition, and do what will bring you joy. What you feel will make you feel fulfilled. Because there's no wrong choice. What is meant for you will not pass you by. So if like let's say the development job is what is for your highest experience here and you choose the automation job, you take the automation job and 3 months later they close the department down and are moving everyone over to development. And you're like, oh, here I am. So you don't have to fear making the wrong decision, but follow your gut and follow your heart because what is meant for you will not pass you by. So I love that. If you have more questions, pop them down. I'm going to continue going down the list here. And thank you, everyone, for your patience again. All right, MF, let's take a look here. So, what is the better plan for your future? Okay, let's take a look here. I do want to pull like a oracle card here for you, and it's the Shaman's Dream deck that wanted to talk to you. So we'll do that first here. Let's see what they have for you. Let me just make sure here. Thought I saw you. Hey, you did ask another question too. And so we were talking about Farhan, current feelings about that. So that's kind of a couple questions. So what I'll do here, I'm going to look at wanting to know what the better plan is for your future, just that question itself, and then I'll follow up with the other one there. So let's take a look here. What would you like MF to know? Okay, so we have this here. Let me see. There it goes. Better. Beautiful, beautiful card there. Card 42, and it's Netcaster. Preparations come to fruition. So let's see what that comes forward first here. It says a surprise, a result beyond expectations. We love that, right? So it says the netcaster arrives to tell you to stop praying for the fish. They've arrived. It's time that you cast your net, lest they swim away. Everything that you long for is within reach, but it's been so long since your prayers were answered that you've forgotten how to receive what is being offered to you. Put down the prayer beads and open your arms and your heart to the rewards that are beyond measure. Cast your net. Take the next step that you have been planning for so long. Remember that the fish wait for no one, so time is of the essence. Heaven and earth are in perfect alignment for your victory. The stars are positioned for success. The only one who can spoil the perfection of the moment is you. So if you ask, do I really deserve this? You will sabotage the magic and shatter the crystalline flawlessness of the now. So the netcaster can also arrive to bring you bad news, to tell you that you have been snared in someone's trap and you must wriggle free. Right now, it feels comfortable enough, even as the net begins to tighten around you. Do not wait until it is suffocating you before realizing you must escape and run for your life. Oh my gosh. It is still early enough to exit gracefully. Bide your time until all the conditions are right. Go to your place of stillness, of deep quiet, and watch for the signs that a new opportunity has arrived. Right now, you are patient because you feel that things will go your way. Learn to be patient with the people and situations that are more challenging. My goodness. So, um, and you'll know which one of those apply for you. And actually, I kind of feel like both apply to you in different aspects of your life, right? You kind of feel like there's some dreams that are coming true. You're like, okay, I'm gonna grasp and open my arms to that. But there's other things that you don't realize you're in a net that's being trapped. And I think that's what this next question is about, which was their feelings about you, and what's on his mind today, and what's the next steps for the future with that. And for that, I do want to use the Love Oracle cards. And let's take a look here. And then Rosella, if you are still here, you'll be next. So I appreciate your patience. If you're hanging around here, let's take a look here. So MF, what are what's on their mind today, and what's the next step in the future for the two of you? Okay, got two black cards, which would be what's on his mind. And then what's the next steps in the future? Oh, I didn't want any of those. Let's see here. What's next? Keep on hearing that. Run! Run away. So what's on his mind? So this one, it's all about time. It's tick tock, tick tock with them. And let me see what this other card is here. Yeah. So they definitely, for me, that's that they're needing this time. Stabbed in the back, they just feel betrayed by some significant people in their lives and people that they cared about. and it feels like they're all about their pain. In fact, I kind of almost feel like that's what they talk about. Like almost it's like, oh my gosh, all they talk about is the pain and the stuff and their suffering that they're going through. And there's a certain part, this nurturer inside of you that makes you go, "Oh, I wanna help. I'm needed," and it draws you in. But let's see what they say to you. Yeah. So you have the, "I like you, I like you, I like you." So this is what's going on, inside of you. So you have these I kinda have this if you have watched cartoons and the I'm seeing Pepe Le Pew, the skunk in the cartoons. When ever he would fall in love, um, giant hearts would come out of their eyes, out of both eyes, and boom, 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 and he's just so drawn in. And I kind of feel like that's where you're at. You're drawn in by his drama. You're drawn in by the pain and the suffering because you have this mighty hero, nurturer within you, this huge heart that just I want to help him and I want to be needed, and but that's the net that's closing in around you. And I kind of feel as you get more and drawn in and more drawn in, you're going to feel the tightness, and then it's not going to be fun anymore. It's like you're giving and giving and giving to the point like you're getting exhausted in how much you're giving to them, and eventually it's going to turn into resentment. So I really feel like that. Run is you saying, "Don't pursue, step away, focus on this other dream that's come into your life that you've been wanting," because there are these two things. There's this one, like with him, it's this net that's closing in to capture, and the other is something that's more freeing and more brings you energy. It doesn't suck energy out of you. So hopefully that resonated. If you have additional questions, pop them down. I'm going to continue to go through and we'll see what comes up there. All right, Rosella, let's take a look here. And hopefully you're still hanging out with us. And you said you'd like to request just a soulmate reading. So let's take a look here. I'm going to pull love oracle cards in a moment. I feel like I want to pull a Queen of the Moon oracle card for you first. Let's take a look here. What do they want you to know about soulmates in your life? All right. And if I didn't mention, I'm using the Queen of the Moon Oracle. I think I mentioned that. All right. So here's the card. Wow. There we go. This is about acceptance, card number 4. So let's take a look here and see what message comes with this for you. And it says acceptance of the current situation is the first step to change. The past does not exist and the future hasn't happened. There is only right now. When we examine our lives and engage in some truth telling, we're often confronted with what really is. And this realization is powerful, but often we reject this truth if it's too hard to bear or we're afraid of accepting something so difficult. Each of us at some time has dodged our blind spots and then had the illumination of what actually is eventually confront us. What we do next is crucial. Do we accept exactly where we are, no matter how painful or confronting? Or do we retreat back into our illusions and remain stuck or unchanging? Choosing to accept ourselves fully in the position we are in enables us to take the next step towards growth. And when we can plant our feet solidly into the earth and say, "Yes, here is exactly where I am, and I accept this fully," then we can take the next steps confidently, honestly, and powerfully towards where we now wish to head. Accepting where we are right now in its fullness allows us to also accept that there may be some chaos in our change before there is full order again. This can be an exciting feeling rather than one that generates fear if we hold our new intentions clearly. And a companion stone for that, if you are into crystals and stones, is lepidolite. Lepidolite, just in case I mispronounced that. So I really feel, as far as soulmates, they're like, be here now in this moment and let the past, well, I really feel like it's looking over your past emotional experience is a huge piece for you. It's like, the best thing that you can do for any relationship you're in or will be in is to work on you, because you can't control anything out there. This is the only thing that you can spend time on. And the more that you uh, transform the filters within you, the more pure the love that you can see and experience. Because, one of the big ahas of our life in regards to relationships with anyone is we can only love others to the extent we love ourselves. We can only receive love from others to the extent that we love ourselves. So if I love myself this much, that's how much is going to drip in from other people and how much is going to drip out to other people. So the more self love that I can become aware of within and open that up more and more, the more the love flow can happen. We're also going to pull some love oracle cards here for you, real quick, and just see what they want you to know about soulmate. This can be, um, I don't know, I don't feel like it's someone you are with right now. I feel like this is just wanting to know about your soulmates. So let's take a look here. What would they like you to know about more about soulmates in your life? What would you like to know? Okay. One pink card, which represents you, your emotions, information. Okay. Another pink and a black, which would be the other person, the soulmate. Okay. Wow. Okay. So let's take a look, because you've got 5 black ones here. Oh my gosh. Okay, there it goes. So the soulmate card on the other side. So it's like, yes, this is about the soulmates. And let's see what else we have here. So right now, the message from, it's like, it's not someone you know, it's not someone you're communicating with. Sorry about this. Camera does not want to focus in on these for some reason. But you got the not today, where it's like the communication is at a distance. There is, eventually you will have communication around it, but it's not today. And you have the camera picture too, which this has to do with memories, reminiscing, looking back, and you also have the palm tree here. So I kind of feel like there's this old picture that has palm trees or the tropics that were involved in it. Because even though the palm tree talks about stability and security and I feel like there's this picture in your mind, and I don't know if it's of your parents or of a romantic movie or something that planted this idea of like the perfect soulmate. And it's like there's this picture that you refer to. It's almost like they're almost showing me that it's in black and white, like it's an old photo, it's an old movie, like Casablanca. It's something like where it's an older thing that really had this romance and this soulmate kind of ideas around it. Yeah, because you are wanting. Yeah, here's the love call. So you got this in both of the decks there. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Okay, it's just not gonna. Why do it right? Mm, yeah, because you do have the coffin here, so this does make sense. It's like an um, old picture, like someone who's no longer around, something that's really, really old that is bringing up um, these emotions and these feelings. But this is really what they're wanting you to focus on. It has the chaser here. There it goes, which is about codependency. And um, what they're wanting you to work on right now, and like when we were talking about the biggest thing that you can work on, is how these memories and these ways that you were taught about relationships is that you are supposed to be the one that gives and gives and gives and gives and gives, and you have this um, huge heart, and but there's this fear around it too that's defining who you are, and that you feel that if you can't give something to someone, why on earth would they even want to be around you? It's like they're really having you're on this journey of getting to know your worth and who you really are, and that you're awesome just as you are. If you didn't give anyone anything, they should be lucky just to be around you. That's kind of the confidence that is starting to build, and this is the work that you're doing on the inside, because as that builds, then you can have an adult to an adult relationship eventually. Because otherwise it turns into a parent-child relationship where you are the one that's the nurturer, the mother, to the other person, and you're giving, 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 giving until you're exhausted, and then you give and you give and you give until you're resentful, and you don't allow them to give back to you because it freaks you out, because you're like, no, no, I don't deserve it. Or if you give to me, that means I'm not giving to you, and it's only a matter of time before you dump me and find someone else. But without you allowing this equal give and give and receive relationship of two adults, that when you don't allow someone to give to you, then they'll end up going to give to somewhere else anyway, either workaholic in their job or an affair or uh, all their friends or their working out or a hobby or something like that. And so I feel like that's what they're wanting you to look at now. It's understanding the romance and the dream, the big illusionary dream of what a relationship should be is not Casablanca or, um, which actually I think in that one she ended up leaving anyway, if I remember. But it's like, it's not about so much more than the romantic feeling. It's more than the feeling of being in love with feeling in love, that anyone that comes across our path is actually a soulmate. You know, all these divine appointments, all these mirrors that come into our life to show us how we feel about ourselves until we see it. But, a soulmate, we have this idea of there's someone out there that's going to make us feel whole and complete, but no one can. It all starts within here for you. So, I'd like that message for you. If you have additional questions, please pop them down below, and I'm going to continue to go through here. Again, everyone, thank you for your patience as I pull cards for each individual. I will get to you eventually. Let's see here. Okay, very good. I'm just scrolling down here. Hey, Leanne, hopefully you're here. Missed you saying hello. Okay, sorry, it just skipped up on me here. Let's see. There it goes. All right, Shibi. So you asked an additional question that Shibi Rajaj. So what type of career is best for you for your best work life? Coding, testing, management, teaching school, teaching college, high-tech positions, graphic designer, business IT, or business consulting or CSR? Yes, all of it is perfect for you. Well, let's take a look here. Let me see where they're guiding me here. Actually, they're guiding me to the Oracle of the Unicorns here for you. So let's start off there. And then, Leanne, I do show that you are next. So if you're still hanging here, thank you so much for being here and for your patience too. So let's take a look here. What do they want you to know about your career? Looks like there's so much available to you, which is awesome, right? It's better than like this is the only job you can do, and you're like, oh God, I hate that job. Wow. So you have nature card here. Beautiful card. And it says, ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, connect with the elementals. So I love that they're saying, um, get away from all these decisions, uh, ground yourself out in nature, find this place of peace so that you can look at what it is that you actually want to do. It does say spend some time out in nature before you make a decision or take your next steps in this situation. Either you need the clarity of mind that time in nature will bring, or you need to release some stress and become more calm and grounded before moving forward. The unicorns ask you to find a beautiful sanctuary where you can be surrounded by nature and breathe in pure air, relax, and connect more deeply with your heart. Not only will this be soothing for your soul, it will help you listen to your inner wisdom and gain new perspective on this situation. Venture out into a meadow, a forest, a mountain, or a beach where you can find peace and solitude. If you can, take off your shoes and go barefoot. Feel the soil or sand beneath you. Close your eyes and open all your senses. Feel the breeze brushing against your skin and the sun warming you. Listen to the sound of birds, waves, or rustling leaves. Breathe in the scents of flower, tree sap, or salt air. Imagine your cares and worries melting away from you as Mother Nature cradles you in her arms. Sink deeper into her presence as you become more grounded. Imagine yourself connected heart to heart with the earth and feel at one with all of the life around you, from the tiniest insects to the tallest trees. Call on the divas, the unicorns, and other elementals in this place, including the fairies or mermaids. Set intentions for miracles, love, and abundance, and ask for guidance to support you on your path. Visualizing your desires in nature can help them manifest faster. So take time to sit, relax, and imagine your dream life as if it's already happening. Give thanks when you leave and give back by doing something to take care of the earth by donating to an environmental nonprofit or volunteering or buying eco products or recycling more. So I do love that, which is a perfect message for there. Yeah, there's so much ahead of you and so much that you could possibly do that they're saying, get out into nature, get away from it all, get away from all that mind and all the decisions. Connect with your heart because you know in your heart what it is that you would enjoy doing. What will bring you joy? Imagine yourself 20 years from now doing each one of those jobs. Which one brings you joy? And you'll know. You'll just know right away which one it is. Kind of feel like you already know what you want to do, but you're afraid of what everyone else will think and what you're supposed to do and should do and need to do and have to do. And what about the money? What about blah, blah, blah? What about the blah, blah, blah? But you can have all of that. You can have everyone happy about your decision. You could have all the money in the world, but if you're not happy on the inside, each day you wake up going, crap, I gotta go work today. Bleh. You know, you're not living, you're existing. And you're existing for everyone else's pleasure and their happiness. But it's you. That's the biggest gift you can give the world is a happy you. So I really feel that they're not wanting to tell you which one is the one for you. They're like, they want you to be able to follow your heart and move forward with that. So I love that though. All right. And if you have additional questions, pop them down. I'm going to keep going here. And thank you, everyone, for being here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I really appreciate you considering doing so. If you have subscribed, I really appreciate you spreading the word. Uh, Tell some other people about the readings that are available and all the free stuff that I'm giving away and I put out on a regular basis on the channel so that we can spread the love to the world. All right, Leanne, let's take a look here. What's going to happen between you and Dylan, your ex? You'd like some clarification. So I'm going to use the Love Oracle cards to get some clarity around them. Any black cards that come out are going to tell you about what's going on in their life that you need to know. And the pink are going to be about what advice Spirit has for you regarding you and Dylan. So what would you like Leanne to know about this X situation? Okay, so you got two pink cards, so they have information for you. Anything she needs to know about what's going on in Dylan? Okay, one for him. Let's see what else. Okay, another one for him. So you got 2 and 2. Let's talk about. Okay, I know. You want to know what you need to know going on with him. So he's a mirror for you, is what is going on, as well as you're a mirror for him, of course. But let's see what this other one card is here too. Yeah. So you have the palm tree that's coming in here. And there's like this emotion of stability that is, this mirror that's going on, and I kind of feel like it's what I see is like if I have those split screens in movies where it's someone's in this room and someone's in this room, and you know they're both in the bathroom looking in the mirror. That's what I'm seeing. It's like you're seeing so much of yourself in each other that um, it's like, and it's like I keep hearing the word stability, but it's like that's what you're seeking, and you were seeking stability in each other, but you didn't find it. And the mirror was showing you that the thing that is going to bring you stability is yourself, right? And so it's like you always felt like when you were looking at him or he was looking at you, that it was like, will he just like stabilize? It's like 1 minute they're up here, 1 minute they're down here, 1 minute they're up here, 1 minute they're down there. And what they're saying is that was a reflection for you. It's like where your thoughts about him were up and down and up and down. They weren't stable with your feelings and your thoughts around him. They were not stable, and so you couldn't see him as stable. And likewise on the other side. Let me see what he has to here. Yeah. So you have the hand of cards. Yeah, and the Grim Reaper. So the hand of cards was you played cards that you felt were safe, um, but in the end, it says the relationship is over, and the cards that you played that you felt were safe, um, you know, it's like they were like it became boring. And I love this message. Not that it's fun, and I don't mean to downplay your emotions that are going on here because what they're showing me though is what is uh, unique to me because they're showing like you were looking for stability in them, couldn't find it, it was going up and down and all that, and then the cards that you were playing where you're playing it safe, but it was like you wanted stability, but um, the playing it safe with stable stuff was making it boring. It's like you wanted risk, you wanted excitement, but then stability is what you were looking for that made you like, I'm not getting what I want. But really, what you really want was excitement. You wanted something that was different and unique and not boxed in and all of that. But it's like the outward actions became very, you know, uh, predictable is the word that they're giving me. And even though you thought you wanted stability and you weren't getting it, you were getting this other stuff that was predictable. It's just like it's almost like it's just constantly switching, and I think that's the up and down that they were having is like, "I want this, but I don't, but I want this, but I don't, and I'm not getting it, but I am, but I'm really not, but I want to," and they're just like, "Okay, it's that little bouncy room." It's like the little bounce. They're showing me that like a kid's birthday party with the little bouncing thing that they all go in and bump up against each other, and they're all falling over the place. So like that time is done. You have the experience now, and so now it's time to reflect in that mirror what you learned. But they're like that classroom's over, and you're ready to move, reflect, and then find out what really you want by becoming real honest with what you're wanting, and then you'll move into the next classroom. Yay! So hopefully that resonated and brought you what you were looking for there. If you have additional questions, pop them down below, and I will circle back around. We are here to Radha Gupta, and you're asking, why do you and your boyfriend fight so much? Are you generally compatible and good for each other? So we'll take a look here in these love oracle cards, and let's see what they have to say here. Thank you everyone again for sticking around and showing up today. I feel your energy and I appreciate your support. Thank you for all the new subscribers. I definitely am so appreciative. I feel an honor to be able to do this for you and with you. So thank you everyone. I really appreciate it. Okay. We had cards come flying out here, Rada. So let's take a look here. Wow, I love it. So I want to start with yours because you got two of these beautiful. Uh, got the dragonfly and the butterfly, and for me, this is both of you. It's like you both fly. You're both flying beings. You like a lot of the same stuff. You do, like doing a lot of the same stuff. You are different creatures, of course, but you both uh, have gone through an evolution because, of course, a butterfly, they are a caterpillar and then they go through the chrysalis to become a butterfly. And dragonflies start off as, in the water as larvae, and then they transform into this thing that flies. So you both have moved from, like, he came from a place of water and now he's in the air flying, and you came from a place of being on the forest floor and now you fly above it. So it's like you both are very much have a lot in common. But um, let me take a look here too, because he has the phoenix, which again shows where he came from. He came from, like, almost like his life had burnt down and he rose from the ashes, right? So I kind of feel like what they're saying with your why do you fight so much, because of where you both came from. You had to fight so much. You both were so uh, I want to say in danger when you were the larva and the caterpillar. You just had so many challenges that you were forced to obey, and you were forced out of, like, fear and punishment, that you had to obey, like, the authority figures and everything around you, guys, that you were so sorry, you were so caged, that now that you're in this new place in your lives where you're both flying free. If there's ever an inkling of being caged and being controlled, rah, you go into fight or flight mode and you battle against one another. So I feel like, for both of you, it's good to understand what fears that are going on that are triggering them, because I feel like it's going to that back to that caged feeling. You do have keys on the ring here too for you, and so this is about decisions, and there's it talks about being unconventional, and many options and decisions and things going on. But I really feel like it's the unconventional. Like, you have these keys to do so many things, um, that, again, when it comes to controlling, what they're showing me now is, you're going to open a door that's locked and they're there too, and you got your keys out and you're like going, okay, that's not the key, and you're going to another one and they're like, here, just give it to me, let it do. You're like, no, let me do it. It's that controlling. It's like, what do you think, I'm not good enough to do it? Just back off, I'm going to take care of it. You're like, no, let me do it. Do you don't think I can do it? It's like this, almost this little battling that's going on with that. But you do have healthy choices here. um, so where this is rooted in here, you guys are good for one another, because it is saying it's healthy choices, and um, because you guys have you're helping each other choose yourselves. Whereas before, you out of fear and trying to fit into, all this early childhood stuff, you sacrificed yourself. But you both have done so much to brave being yourself and do that, again, it's like these echoes of the past that keep you guys, that they remind you of what you went through, right? And you're just like, rah! And so this rises. Instead, look for the commonalities. I really think that it would be beneficial. What Spirit is showing to me is, talk about some of your childhood, what you went through, and why you feel you need to defend who you are because of what you went through, and then ask them about their life. And I think understanding those things that are spinning around underneath will allow you guys to have, like, you bind together more because you have a common enemy of the past. You're like, "Yeah, this is they used to do that to me too," and like, "Me too," and then it's like you're supporting one another instead of feeling you need to defend yourself from one another, if that makes sense. So I like that. I see where this is going if you guys are willing to be vulnerable to each other and open up a little bit about why you feel so the need to defend yourself. So I love it. If you have additional questions, pop them down. I'm going to keep on going down here. Thank you so much. And then we have Vrenda Vedika. You said, what city is right for you after marriage for career and family life? And you have a choice of different ones here. So let's take a look here. I do want to pull from the True Heart Tarot, and let's see what they're willing to tell you here. And what I want to do, what they're nudging me to do, is I'm going to pull a card for each one. So I'm not even going to try to pronounce uh, that first one. H, that begins with an H, and then Bangalore, Noida, Delhi, Gurgaon, or Mumbai. And I know I'm murdering those names. So we'll take a look here. We'll look at H first. Okay, that's H, and then option B for Bangalore. Okay, is that next one? And then you have Noida, or the one that begins with an N. Okay, no, they said none of those. Okay. And then you have Delhi. Okay. And then the one that begins with a G. And then also Mumbai came out. So we've got one card for each. So for the one that begins with an H, it does allow you kind of like a spiritual connection. You get a lot of challenges at that location that do cause you to, uh, it's almost like you're forced uh, to connect higher. There's not going to be a whole lot of um, satisfaction there because that's what the lion does. He looks outside of himself for satisfaction, eventually gets disappointed enough where he's turned to their higher self. So, as far as what is right for you, let's continue to look here because for me, I'm like, that's a good place for you to be, right? That everything outside is going to turn you upward to where you find your real strength. But let's take a look here. And then, so this is Bangalore. You have the Two of Cups here. So this is like you would learn a lot about balance going to Bangalore. You know, it's almost like you see this mirror reflection going on here, where you are kind of forced to balance things. You're on the tightrope, though. It's going to feel very, I don't say wishy washy, but it feels like you're just like, whoa, the wind's blowing, and you're trying to gain your balance, and it's difficult for you. So you would learn balance there because of all the imbalance that would come around. And then you have Noida, it begins with an N. You have the Seven of Cups, so you'd be hit with a lot of emotional confusion if you went there. You wouldn't really know. Your feelings would just be all over the place. And Delhi uh, doesn't look like you'd be happy there. The Five of Cups would be a lot of spilt emotions that would happen there. See a lot of tears. I probably would say no to that one, right? And then you have the one that begins with a G. You have the Seven of Pentacles. That would be a place where things would move very slowly, and it would take a long time for things to come to harvest. So it would take quite a while for things to come to fruition there. But you would spend a lot of time learning to water, what is it? Chop wood and carry water. And then you have Mumbai, which you have Ace of Cups. So out of all of these, this is the one that's overflowing. You'd be filling up and overflowing out to the world. So out of all of these, I mean, they wanted to make sure you're aware that no matter where you went, you would learn something and experience something and grow through something. So when you look back at, each of those things I said, if one of them is like, yeah, I want that, because I want to grow and I want to do that, then you can go and look at those challenges. But out of all of those, that Ace of Cups is a new beginning, new higher emotion, overflowing life. So Mumbai would be the one that has the brightest energy around it. Though all of them will be bring challenges, and all of them will have, you know, um, advantages for you. The one that stands out the most for right now is Mumbai. So, of course, you get to choose what you want to do. Like we said earlier, whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. So if you choose to go to Mumbai and it's like it's in the stars and the fates that your higher self wanted you to end up somewhere else, you'll spend a little bit of time in one and then eventually be drawn again to the other. So just know that there's no wrong choice. And sometimes it's like um, taking a direction, taking a step towards something. You suddenly get a gut feeling and a gut instinct like, oh, I'm going to go do it. And then you're just like, ugh. Or these blocks all happen where it just stunted where you can't move toward it. Then you're like, okay, thank you. So what direction do you want me to go then? But I feel like Mumbai still is very um, overflowing for you. All right, let me continue going here. Thank you so much for everyone for continuing to hang around here. And we're down to Shiv Kakar, and apologies if I mispronounced that. Thank you for your new being a new subscriber. And you want to know, do you see you permanently setting abroad after marriage? So let's take a look here. I do want to go to the Witch's Tarot. Let's take a look here and see what they have to say for that. And I'm just continue to going down here. Hey, Life Path Mystic, welcome. Okay, yeah, you'll be next after this. So we'll take a look here. So, will you permanently settle abroad after marriage, Sheep? Let's take a look here. What would they like you to know about location, location, location? All right. So you do have the tower here, which is all about endings and new beginnings, things being removed out of your life and things being brought into your life. I do show it's like there's this ending that's happening with where you're at and a new beginning. So I do show that you will be changing location. Let's take a look here. Can you let us know if it will be abroad? Okay, no, none of those. Okay, this one on the bottom. Oh, they have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is about abundance and overflowing and beautiful things happening in the outside world. Again, tens are endings and new beginnings of your outside world, and here's the new home. So I would say that if that is what makes you feel um, whole and complete, then that's where you're headed. They won't tell me exactly like where. They're just telling you that whatever this ending and new beginning, this restart is, it is for you and it makes you feel whole and complete in it. So you're not going to end up somewhere where you don't want to be. Let me see if they'll tell me here. Oh, they have the Hermit. So the Hermit is about you, your inner journey going inward, and trusting that your higher self will light the path for you too, because that is about an inner journey, but it is a new path too. So they're not telling me absolutely for sure, but what I mean, obviously, what they're saying is that you're moving to a new location and you are going to be happy about it. So I really like that for you. So hopefully that is what you were looking for, and you know what that means for you. So that will be what's going on there. All right. And if you have additional questions or clarification, please pop them down below and I will get there. I'm getting a little more down on the list here. And again, thank you all for trusting me to connect to the spirit world for you and bring those messages. I really do feel very privileged. So thank you for all the questions that you're asking. Okay, we answered those. Whoops, let me go back up here. Suddenly it went really fast, so let me just scroll back here. All right, there we go. So there we go. So Life Path Mystic, you were next. And it says, what can I do to get back into the flow? Is there a specific block? So let's take a look here. And I feel like they want these magic of the unicorns for you. So we'll start there. One more time. All right. So what can you do to get back in the back into the flow? Let's see what this one is. Got the Cosmic Emerald. Create perfect health, access divine abundance. See if I can get that to not be okay. A little clearer there. So I love the green crystal there for you. Let's see what comes with that here. So this is a card of abundance, and it invites you to expand what you believe you deserve and accept plenty from the benevolent universe. Archangel Raphael's cosmic emeralds are a combination of the blue ray of healing and the yellow ray of wisdom. They are a magnificent pale, ethereal, translucent green and contain healing energy, trust, clarity of mind, loyalty, friendship, prosperity, higher enlightenment, and many other qualities at a ninth dimensional frequency. When unicorns add their light to them, their power increases tenfold. So, your guidance is to access a cosmic emerald and activate it carefully, with the intention and prayer of serving your own highest good and that of the planet. Archangel Raphael is in charge of the development of the third eye chakra of enlightenment. And as this opens, it enables you to see life from a higher, wider spiritual perspective. This center also holds the codes of abundance consciousness and the blueprint of your perfect health. These can be ignited by a cosmic emerald. Your guidance is to be clear about your intention to serve the highest good. Then ask that a cosmic emerald be positioned over you and activated to accelerate your spiritual journey with health, happiness, and abundance. You can also ask that it is placed in your third eye chakra to heal and light up the 96 chambers of this center in the best possible way for you. Excellent. So I love that. So definitely, what can you do to get back into the flow? Is there a specific block? It sounds like your third eye is just some attention to bring us more energy and more power and to connect to a higher realm. It's like they have this special message and energy for you, and spending that time connecting higher is important for you. I do want to pull from these healing light tarot because we're all talking about a healing light right now. So let's take a look here. And thank you all for your patience as I get through your readings here. I'm just blown away by their beautiful messages for you. And I know sometimes the truth, blah, but it's always for us. You know, that's one thing is we don't have to worry about them lying to us, right? And deceiving us and manipulating us. We're like, hey, can I ask you a question? Like, do you want the truth? Not today. I'll talk to you tomorrow. So you have the Seven of Pentacles, which is this message about, of course, the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. So I feel like there's maybe a little discouragement around things aren't happening quick. And so it brought in some doubt of like, well, am I supposed to be doing this? Am I really have these gifts and these abilities to do things? And of course, the answer is yes. It's just taking time. It's unfolding in perfect timing, even though it doesn't match our ego's time frame. I know that one. Yeah, because here you have the Hierophant. You definitely are a spiritual teacher. You definitely have gifts to bring forward. You have the keys that help unlock things and help people go through things. So that's definitely them saying that. Yeah. Then you have the Four of Cups. So it's like I kind of feel like a little bit that you were drawn to the outside world, and these days it's very easy to do that, of course, because there's so much going on in the world that ignites our human child self fears that do draw us to the outside world. And so, relationships and situations and our bodies and things and finances, all this stuff is happening, all these different things that draw us out into that emotional world. But those things are disappointing, and they do not quench our thirst or our hunger. But that Ace of Cups is being offered, which is that higher realm. They have like that emerald crystal of the higher realms, full of unconditional love, of all your posse of support up there. And so go into your heart, connect up. I love the green emerald representing also the heart chakra, that green energy. Connect and allow it to come in and fill you up, and it's just going to wash through your entire being and align all of your energy centers, because that's what that beautiful unconditional love does. Because the answer to every question is what, everyone? Unconditional love, right? All right. Hopefully that helps their life path. If not, ask some more questions and we'll get some more clarity around that. So we'll continue to do there. Right. SDA, you are next. Oh, pink aura. I've had people say that to me before. So I love that. What does that mean? Someone said it means you have spiritual messages for people, because they came up to me and they go, I know you have a message for me because I can see your pink aura. And I'm like, and I did. They did have messages for him, but I was like, oh, so I love that. But let's see what they have to say for you here. You're an artist, but you're feeling called toward healing. Is there any advice on which path to choose, or should you try to integrate the two? Oh, very good. So you guys are joining together to start a business with the artwork there. So let's take a look here. What would they like you to know? I do want to use the True Heart Tarot for you. Let's see what we have. All right, so let's take a look here. Okay, two cards popped out here. So, one, you do have the world, so ending of old cycles, new beginnings. Also, very much abundant feeling and impact for the world. And I kind of feel like also the World Wide Web is coming into play there. And you have the Five of Wands. So, Wands is your energy and your drive, and look at all these different things going on in your mind. Five of Wands is a movement of your energy from looking at things in one way and looking at things in a different way. And I feel like with all these snakes joining together and doing things, because you can see all the different, see if I can get it. There it goes. You can see all each one of their mouths is a different flower, a different thing, a different thing. And I love this joining together up here, because that um, the world card normally has like this. Um, I think it's like two snakes that come around and they're uh, doing that, where they're like one's eating the other, where it's like this cycle, this joining together, though. So I really feel that it's bringing the two together, because there's so much available in that art healing. I feel like, if this resonates with you, that helping people bring things from their subconscious into the conscious, those hidden things that are bouncing around, the things that are going on in their lives, that artistry helps them, it creates a safe space for them to bring forth things and to share things and to express things. And I almost feel like piece of that is doing something that allows them. to have their little child self express themselves. And I kind of see, people throwing like clay at a wall and then making something out of it, or splattering paint and getting this expression out. So you already have all these ideas, but I do feel definitely it is this combination and bringing those together. So I have definitely a thumbs up from Spirit going, yes, this is beautiful. It is perfect. It is needed. And that expression of that is so healing for people. So definitely, definitely, I love that for you. My pleasure. And okay, so MF, you applied for the visa in UK, and so you want to know if it's going to be a success. So what will the process happen? Will it go smoothly or what will go on here? I do want to pull for some of these tea leaf cards for that. I was going to grab a tarot deck and they're like, "Psh, no, over here." So let's take a look here. All right. So tell us about this visa. Okay, I did give you an astral house card. I wonder what that's going to be like. Let's take a look here. What else? Okay, there it goes. Interesting. So we're asking about a visa, and they do show marriage and heart. Let's see if I can get it to not be so. There it goes. So this is joining together. It doesn't necessarily mean that's you and this other person, but the energy around it is, yeah, things come together magically. So I do love that because that does say that things will go smoothly on both sides. There is this coming together of this love that you have between each other, which can be friendship love, you know, um, because it's all love, right? It's just a different vibration and twist, but it's this coming together. So it is meant for you to be there, and so things will go smoothly. Like it says, it's going to be like this magical. Things just fall into place very well for you there, because that's them saying yes. Boom, boom. This is for you. This is what is meant for you to go, and where your is beneficial for your um, heart experience. So uh, that will come to pass, and it's going to go smoothly, which is awesome, right? Thank you so much. All right, and we have Anshul. Thank you so much, a new subscriber. Thank you so much. And you want to know AJ's current feelings towards you right now. So let's take a look here. I'm going to use the Love Oracle deck. Let's see what else they have here. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers. And if you're new coming in, if you pop your questions down below, I will get to those in order. Appreciate your patience as I go through the list here. And of course, make sure when you subscribe to click on that little alarm bell and select all so you'll get announcements when I have winners for my drawings, and as I put out for new giveaways as well. Let's take a look here. For AJ or Ajay, what are their current feelings towards you right now? Pink will be your feelings, and black, which just popped up, are their feelings. So let's take a look here. None of those. Any others? Okay. I do want that one. Okay. So right now, and they have this coffin here, which without reading the bottom here, I kind of feel, I don't know why, but it's like a vampire. It's like they um, come out at night, but they hide during the day. Let me find out what else, because you also have the snake here, which um, for me represents, this growth that he's going through. Um, and it's just funny. It just cracks me up because they're showing me, um, he feels safe coming out at night, like in darkness, that it's okay when someone's going through something, he's okay to share. but then when you're bright and happy, then he shrinks away. And it's like, I don't want to say it's like an energy vampire now that I'm saying that, but it's like, um, when you're happy, it's like he's not interested. When you're upset and sad or expressing negative emotions, then he's there. But when you're happy, then he backs away. And I kind of feel like it has to do with, that snake is about growth and about shedding skin. And uh, I feel like they're just in this place in their life where they're doing a lot of growth, but it also makes them want to go hide. And that's why they come out at night when there's darkness and stuff around, because they feel like their pain and their suffering and everything they're going through, it doesn't stand out as dark when there's all this other stuff going on. But then when people are happy and stuff, it scares them, and so they pull away. So it's a weird message. I have not had that before. Let's see, do you have anything else to add to that? So hopefully that resonates there, Anshul. But it's like, um, they are so, I would say, obsessed with their emotions, what they're going through. Um, that's what they look at there. I do the soulmate card here, for you represents you finding a soul connection, um, and it is about soul contracts too. So it is definitely that they're in your life on purpose for a purpose, bringing you through. Yeah, because you also have the hammer coming in for your emotions. So you're in the process of rebuilding your heart as well through some stuff that you've gone through, and I don't know if this resonates, but it seems like when you talk about your pain and what you went through, they're very interested in that. But when you talk about your healing and the progress that you've made in rebuilding your heart and finding your self love, that scares them because they haven't gotten that far yet, and it almost makes it feel uh, like they get competitive around it, which is interesting. But so their current feelings for you seem to be consumed in themselves. They are, um, they like your pain and your suffering and your journey, and they like hearing that part of the story, but they don't. It's like they're showing me a movie in my head of, how usually in a movie the hero starts off going through something really horrible in their lives that force them to stand up and become the courageous one and do that. They like the story that you have from earlier, but they don't like your hero right now because they feel like they're down here in the trenches still, and so that hero makes them feel like less than, in their minds. And so that's kind of what's going through them right now. They love the story, but they're like really consumed with their own worth right now. So wish I had better information for you. I know we always get the perfect message for what we're needing, so you know that's where that's where it's at. So if you have more questions, pop them down below, and I'll keep going here. Hey, Tar Rep, um, I am doing very well. I'm loving today. You can definitely drop a question if you haven't. I haven't gotten that far yet. If you haven't, if you're still here, pop a question down below, and we'll get to that there. And same for Kashish. If you haven't asked a question, you can definitely can just pop them down below. I like that you're raising your hand. That's funny. All right, and then we're to Lee. Thank you so much, Orlay. And you asking David's current feelings for you, and will he reach out? All right, let's take a look here. I'm going to pull from those Love Oracle cards that love telling us about these things. And then Yajni, Nepal. Do you have a specific question, or do you want me to just do a general? If I don't see you pop anything down below, I'll give you a general next here. Hey, Spring, welcome. All right, so Lee, let's take a look here. What about David? Okay, so you did get a card of each, so we'll take a look here. Any others? Okay, one for you. So let's take a look here. So his feelings for you, there is passion here, there is interest, there is like this attraction, and he enjoys having fun. It's fun being around you, and so they definitely enjoy the interactions, which is good. And for you, it says, will he reach out to you? It does show a new date coming here, new communication coming in, and a mirror, mirroring each other. So I feel that he will. There's interest there. There is setting a date, planning a date, and I really feel with that mirror card, what I'm seeing like you two sitting across from each other, um, like at dinner, and you're just like, oh my god, me too. Oh my god, me too. It's like there is this mirror, and you guys are seeing so much of yourself in each other that you're just like, wow, wow, wow. So a really nice unfolding there. So I do feel like they will ask you out, and that you'll see that kind of interaction with each other. So yeah, let me know how that goes because that'll be interesting. You're just going to be like, oh my gosh, you're like me, um, but in fun ways, not like, oh, you're just me. Why am I hanging around you? I hang around myself all the time. It's an intriguing connection. All right. And then, so Yajni, let me just scroll down here real quick, see if you added anything. Don't see anything there. So if you are still here, Yajni, we're just going to do a general reading to see what Spirit will have to say to you. And I am drawn to these angels and ancestors oracle for you. And then Kashish, you will be next. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day wherever you're at in the world. And I forget who told me once. They're like, "I hope you're having a good day, and if you're not, then it's your own damn fault." And I'm like, "What?" It was a good eye opener for me, though, right? It was true. So, Yajni, you have the lady card here. I love that apple opening up, and it says, "Enjoy growth and reap rewards." I love that. So the lady card, let's see what she has to say. It says, reap what you have sown and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Grow and expand in all areas of your life. The lady, known as the Empress in the traditional tarot, beautiful, is the representation of the goddess in her most fertile form. She's abundant, bountiful, and a creative being. She's closely connected to nature because it's her child, and she represents maternal energy, has more than enough love to give all who need nurturing. Yet, she is a representation of the goddess Venus, too, and yearns for a rich relationship with her counterpart, the Lord. In this card, she holds an apple, and its seeds form a perfect pentagram, which in paganism represents the five elements of life. Fertility, growth, and abundance are all imminent when the lady arrives in your life. All the seeds you've planted are coming to life, and there are plenty more rewards to come. In a material sense, this card can represent financial security and comfort. It shows that there will be more than enough to go around. If you're making business deals or setting intentions to create financial growth, this card indicates a considerable amount of monetary success. The lady can also, excuse me, usher in other forms of abundance, opportunities, marriage proposals, and even the birth of a child. She will help you respect nature and connect with its forces in order to have a genuinely supported journey through life. Wow. So, yeah, definitely beautiful, divine, feminine, uh, you know, Empress energy coming in, which means abundance, fruition, wonderful new beginnings, things coming in. So you've been putting a lot of energy and a lot of love out there. You're going to start to see that blossom in a lot of different ways for you there. So it's like thumbs up in like every area of your life. It's just a beautiful, abundant thing happening. So if you have additional specific questions, you can pop them down below. I'm going to keep going here. And we have Kashish. Thank you so much for being a new subscriber. And you want to know, will Rav Preet, and I know I've murdered that, so we'll call him Rav, express his feelings to you, and do you see your friendship getting deeper? Well, let's take a look. We're going to use again that love oracle. Let's see what we have here. And then Sarabi, thank you so much for being a new subscriber, and we'll get to you next. So I love that. One more. All right, here we go. So, Will Rob, okay. Cards popping out already. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's take a look here. And your friendship growing deeper. So this is him because it's the black card popping up. So this is what is going on with him. Let's see if there it goes. It's love. So it does say unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. So I show that I mean he has those for you there. Let me see what these other cards here. Then you've got girl with a snake. With these being pink, these are you. And you also have the butterfly. And so there's both of these feel transformative because the snake, of course, sheds its skin and grows, and the butterfly is the cocoon. So I feel that you are evolving and you are moving and growing, and I do feel that that represents the connection that you have between you two as well. So you are growing, things are growing, love is growing. And then they didn't tell me if he's going to say anything about it. Let's see. Let me just see here if they'll. Okay. What about communication, please? Well, I do see here. I mean, he's got the snake, so he's got his own growth and stuff going on here, and it has to do with him feeling not enough. So I kind of feel like that he will share his feelings for you and the connection that he feels he has with you. But it's taking both of you time to work on some stuff and the growth that's happening. I kind of feel like, you know, how most big snakes, they take time to move, you know, how they're like slowly moving. And it's like, okay, take some time for the growth for them to get out of the old skin. It's not like a psh, like they throw off a coat. I kind of feel like it's going to take some time for that to happen. But in the meantime, yeah, because we've got the cards that are coming in here and you know are all reinforcing that. And there's this coffee cup card, which is about getting together, spending more time together, savoring the moment, enjoy your friendship, enjoy the growth, and try not to rush the process. So they're kind of being vague with a little twinkle in their eye. They're like, but don't rush it, enjoy the process because you've done it before. You rush through, you miss all the red flags, all the beautiful growth, all the stuff that happens, and then it peters out, right? So this is like you're tired of doing the old, same old, and so do something new this time. That's funny. So there's like, do something new this time and take your time. I know how that is. I used to rush, and I would be like, "Oh, red flags? What red flags? I thought that was a carnival." You know, it's like, but if you take time, then that was what builds a great friendship and a foundation for a relationship too. So just take your time, enjoy the process, is what they're telling you here too. Yeah, and like you said, your friendship getting deeper, yes, if you take your time. If you rush, and try to rush into something and try to, you know, force something, then that's what hinders it, right? So Let's take a look here. So Rabi, you are next, Rabi Kumari, and I apologize if I mentioned that, mispronounced that. And it says, "Will I get a new job with more pay than the current job?" All right. Let's take a look here. I kind of am drawn to an oracle card, but which one? Which one do they want? Okay. So they do want the shaman's dream. Let's take a look here and see what they want you to know here. Got a new job with more pay than what you're currently at. And then spring, you'll be next. I haven't been able to check my email since I started a couple hours ago with this. Actually, just hit 2 hours. um, but if you haven't checked um, one of the drawings, you might. So let's take a look here. So let's see. For Sarabi Kumari, when will you get a new job with more pay than your current job? Okay. You got the drifter experiencing life as it comes. Oh no. I love the little ship coming through here though. Underneath the looked like a full moon. It was the number 14, but it looked like a full moon above. And it says the drifter invites you to step out of your to-do list and your ordinary routine to feel the breeze against your skin, calling you to follow the wind and explore life's opportunities. When the drifter appears, it's a sign that it's time to cut the mooring lines holding you to the dock. It's not important to know the destination before you set sail. It will become as clear, it will become clear as you leave the port. Do not wait for a map, as there are none to go where you're destined to go. But be sure that you do have a compass to keep you true. Yours is your pure love and your intention to be free, even of your own beliefs and preconceptions. Few appreciate the energy of the drifter. Here, you may not seem to be doing anything worthwhile or meeting someone else's expectations, but you are the only one who understands that others are running full out on the hamster wheel and getting nowhere. Your laziness is an underappreciated virtue. You know that life will find you and bring you everything you require without you having to search for it by simply being instead of frantic doing. Even as you let your mind wander, releasing it to go on a daily walkabout, call it back home regularly to deliver news from the cosmos. The drifter helps you find what you're looking for, even when you didn't think you were seeking anything. In this case, you are seeking something. And they're basically saying, let go of your old ways of thinking, the things that are tethering you, the need for security and safety and money and whatever it may be, all the stuff that you feel are you're supposed to do and should do and need to do and have to do and must do. Take some time away from that drift and see what it is you really want, because it's taking that, when the more that you do that, the more you detach from the attachments to these things that you feel that you're supposed to do. You're going to find the job, what you're really wanting to do, where you wanting to head, how you want to express yourself. And these barriers, when we have all these expectations, we create these barriers like this. So when life is like this and you're like, this is how it has to happen, these opportunities in here are all we see. We miss all the ones out here and all the ones out here. But the more we expand and allow our expectations and boundaries to become wider and wider, suddenly we're like, look at all these opportunities that were out here. I didn't see these before, because they were there, but we couldn't see them because of our beliefs and our thoughts in our head. And so I feel like, rather than a new job with more pay than your current job, they're saying you can continue on that hamster wheel, running faster and faster and faster for the little, you know, green crunches they give hamsters, but you are ready for something more. You're ready to expand and move beyond that. And that's not to say that you won't get more benefit, more abundance, and more money, but you will feel more abundant on going on that path rather than just on a financial financial kind of reward path. So I do love that for you. And as far as timing, they're like the more you spend getting away from all that, the faster everything will come. Because the faster you remove those boundaries, the more opportunities will come. But if it just sits here and it moves just a little bit, it takes time for all of that. So the speed of it coming is up to you with this particular situation. So I love that. It's in your hands, it's your power. So I love that. All right. So if you have more questions, pop them down below. I'm going to go on here to Spring. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. What's next for you concerning love and relationships? All right. Let's take a look here. I do want to pull from the Love Oracle cards for you. And then, is that Pili? Pili, PC? You'll be next. Appreciate you guys, again, all of your patience for hanging out and letting me go through each one here. All right. So, Spring, what's next for you concerning love and relationships? All right, there we go. What else? Okay, got some pink cards coming out. So, this is about you. Okay, any others? Oops, they are flying. Be right back. All right. A lot of energy there. All you guys are sending all your energy. The cards are starting to explode. Okay, so let's take a look here. So let's have these. The first one that popped out for you, Spring, is the palm tree. So you have this stability, this security, just a wonderful, I kind of have this island feel when I get the palm trees there. And of course, palm trees bend in the hurricanes. And so you do have this, your love is growing here. You have the heart with a key. You're getting to the bottom of your journey here and understanding your own heart, finding, and I really feel like this is you're unlocking your heart because you also have the Grim Reaper here too, which is about ending of things and new beginnings. And I feel like these two together, you really are understanding what love is. I'm hearing that song, I want to know what love is, right? And it's like you're feeling it, you're experiencing it, and you're seeing it, and you're feeling it from the outside world, and you're feeling it from inside, and you're feeling it from the heavens. And it's all coming in here because you also have these here, which this is about unconditional love down here. And I like you. This is what you're telling yourself. I really feel like this is like you're like, what's next for me concerning love and relationships? You're like, I found the perfect partner. Not me, but like you yourself. You're like, wow, I love me. Why have I been cheating on myself all this time with other people? And so this self-love is just growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, which allows you to see love in so many different places than you had before. And I don't feel like because of this addiction card coming up here, whereas you feel like love weighed you down before, and this codependency, like and I thought I recognized you at the codependency meetings. You were such a giver, 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 where love almost felt like a chain, like it's something that you had to have and desperate for, and you had this need to be needed, and uh, that I needed to be loved. And it's like this transformation that has happened from it all. Instead of you feeling like giving love is something that you had to do in order to be lovable and acceptable and needed, that you're like, I can just be me. I find all the love within me. And instead of this desperation that we all have of finding love on the outside, it's like you found everything you need inside of you, and it's growing and growing. that everything on the outside is just extra. And so there's not this desperation like, I gotta have it. Like they're showing me a restaurant. You go in for a restaurant and you're eating dinner and you're like, where's the dessert menu? And they're like, we don't have one. It's not like, no. You're like, okay, I'm getting what I need. Dessert was just extra anyway. I can always go, stop off at you know, a bakery somewhere or get dessert somewhere else. But it's that feeling of overflowing abundance, which opens up you to see love in a lot of different directions. So I feel like that's what's going on with that. I do want to pull a couple cards about other relationships coming from the outside and what they want you to know about that. But I kind of feel like that's what's next for you is you're growing this inner love so much that you're seeing um, the old love that you thought you wanted before. You kind of see it as boring in a way. Like I don't have a desire for that old stuff. I want something new, because in comparison to the love you're finding inside of you, that other love, that old love, doesn't compare. It's like eating, um, what was it, the gluten-free cardboard pizza that you get instead of a delicious homemade pizza, right? I must be getting hungry. I'm talking about desserts and food. Okay, yeah. So you have the Three of Pentacles, which this is about staying true to your authentic self with the relationships that come and the other people that might come into the picture. You know, you're staying true to you. You're not worried about whether they accept you or like what you're doing, or it's like their opinions matter less and less and less and less. And that's okay. Stay your authentic self. You're like, "Oh, I don't need your support or your approval." And there you go. Yeah. You have the King of Cups. Cups are emotions. King rules over the emotions. You're finding this unconditional love filling you up on the inside, the holy grail. And so you do have people that come into your life. I almost thought these at first were like two hands reaching out to each other, but they're doves, they're ravens, they're flying things. But you are finding this power over your own emotions, and it's feeling empowering as you experience relationships in a completely different way. Yeah, as we said before, things are being removed out of your life on purpose, so those relationships that get moved, let them go, because they are making room for the new. So you do have new relationships that are coming your way of all kinds. And you know, you can mourn the burning down of the old condemned house that had leaking pipes, and the roof was leaking and caving in, and the floor was caving in, and a wall was missing, and broken windows, and uh, what else? Gas leaks, carbon monoxide in there, and that lightning bolt came and it's burning down the old, and you're like, good, because I had insurance. How the new stuff that's being built, these new relationships that are being built, are more in alignment with your path, with where you're headed forward. So I like that. So hopefully that resonated. I love that for you. And if you have more questions, pop them down below. I'm going to keep going here. And so, Pale PC, is he going to come back for you? You broke up, and are you going to reunite? Oh no, he's an Aquarius with initial S. I'm an Aquarius sun. That's why I said that. But I have a ton of Pisces and water in my chart. That's why I love connecting to the spirit realm. Love, love, love it. All right. So let's take a look here. So are they going to come back to you? Okay, actually got 4 cards. So let's take a look here. So this is them, and they're going through this rebuilding type of thing. Although it's like sabotage, repetitive. I kind of feel it's weird energy here. Let me look at your two cards here because it just feels odd. And I want to get an idea here. Yeah, so you do have the separation here. You're missing them and they are not there. Um, and you have the heart with the key here, which for you in this one, this is talking about um, your heart is open and it's almost like and this is why it feels weird to me because it's like they have the phone and they want to express their feelings, but at the same point they have that hammer. And what was seen in my head is they are taking like their cell phone and they're hitting it with the hammer and they're destroying it. And I'm like, so that's what was confusing for me is because it's like they want to, but of their own hands, they're destroying this opportunity. They're destroying it themselves. And it's because of what they're going inside of you. And the separation, that's why the separation with this heart with a key, I feel like they're like this is what's opening up your heart for other things and I don't feel uh that you're going to reunite. I really feel like they are so um I don't want to use the word unstable, but I'm going to use the word unstable. And this is happening for you. It did open your heart, which was good, even though now you're kind of like, oh my gosh, do I want to keep my heart open for others? It's like, yeah, you will, because you realized, and especially with this message that's coming for you right now, is that they were just emotionally not available. They were emotionally unstable, and didn't have anything to do with you. You loved the excitement and you loved this opening of your heart, but that was just the key to open it up. And the key doesn't enter your heart; it just helped you unlock it. And I don't feel like it was meant for you to go forward with. And I really feel like such a huge piece of what you learned through here is like, you know what? I used to blame myself for a lot of why relationships didn't work out, and but sometimes it's not about me, and you're really allowing yourself this freedom to be more kinder and gentler with yourself and not so judgmental about you. And I almost feel like a small piece of it was like, I enjoyed being around him because his life was such a mess. It made mine feel like it was like all aligned and doing well. So, and I don't mean to laugh like at the situation, but it's like it's funny in a way. You'll laugh at it later if you're not laughing now, because you're just like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, I'm ready for something stable, something more in alignment with what I want. And it did show you a lot about what you didn't want to give you more this unlocking of your heart for what you do want. So I kind of feel like that's where you're headed here. So don't worry about reuniting. Uh, enjoy it for what it was. See it for what it was, but you definitely allow yourself to just move forward into something that's more in alignment with where you're headed. So I do like that. All right, let me continue to go here. And okay, good. Thank you, Chaithra. You had asked if you can ask. I see you asked down below, so we'll continue to go here. And then, so Leanne, let's take a look. You are next here. Again, thank you all for being here. I appreciate all of your support and all the new subscribers asking these beautiful questions and giving Spirit an opportunity for us all to learn from one another, too. I know I learned a lot as I'm channeling the messages for my own life. So I do love that. So, is he going to marry the woman he's with right now? Because you feel she's very toxic for him. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Right, Leanne? The guilty dog barks loudest, right? So let's take a look here and see what they have to say here for you. So they gave me three black cards, which are all about him, and one for you. And they do want me to start off with yours first. Yeah. Look at that karmic relationship. And it's interesting. When I was pulling for myself some cards earlier today, I got a bunch of karmic cards about relationship, which I knew was going to come into this reading. So it's interesting here for you because it's like you don't realize what old karmic relationships that you had from the past and past lives, and you're like, oh, so this interaction was because the shoe was on the other foot in another lifetime, and you're ready to end this karmic relationship. You're ready for this contract to be over and to be done with because it's taught you what it's needed to be taught. You've processed the energy. They have processed the energy, and so it's time for this to be done here. Um, Let me take a look here. Yeah, because he's got engagement ring on the other side, so I feel like he is committing to that toxic thing there. He's got the talking, which I feel like with all of these three together, because he's got talking, love, relationship. This is what's going on with them uh, in the other piece there. So this is what's going on between those two, even though you feel that she's very toxic for him. Their relationship is also a karmic one. So it's like there's a lot of karma going on with this interactions between you three. You luckily, if you feel it's luckily, they you've done what you need to do with this situation, so you can let it go now. You don't have to try to stay within that. Even though your heart is like, no, it's like, listen, heart, come here. Let me comfort you. And you've done what you've needed to do. Now we can go play. We can go do something else. You can invest that energy somewhere else instead of into a black hole because it's just going nowhere now. And then your heart will be like, we can go play. Yeah, let's go to the park. We're going to go do something else. We're going to make you sing. You're going to make your heart sing instead because they still need to go through their karmic relationship contract that they're working out things. And if you look at it, that he was the toxic one in their former relationship that they had in a previous lifetime, and that they're working out the energies in that. So it's really time for them to go uh, live out their contract, their soul contract that they were working in. Whatever that unfolds, you just get to step away from it, which, doo-doo, little party flute. Yay, you get to step away. There's other things coming for you. In fact, let me just pull a couple cards here for you because they want you to, uh, your heart to see what else it could have. So let's take a look here. All right. So let's take a look. What is in store for your heart? Yay! The Ace of Wands, which is new passion, new drive, new ambition, rising from the flames like a phoenix to take your power into your own hands and head off in a new direction. So you definitely have a new passion, a new wonderful energy coming in, which when you stop investing that energy into that black hole, all that energy that was going out there and going nowhere, it's like pouring um, I don't know what, pouring something down the commode. You're like, "Dug, dug, 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 why am I not getting anything back? Because it's going to the sewer." So this is about all that energy that you're investing out there into him, to their relationship, into their interactions. You get to have come back to you now, and it's going to just bring so much energy, and it's going to take you into a different place in your life. So wherever you focus your energy is what's going to grow with that wand. So if you continue to focus on them, that toxicity is just going to continue to grow. But if you focus on what you're grateful for in your life and what you do want in your life, then that's going to expand instead. And if you want someone in your life, don't use your energy uh, in a way of, I want him in my life, so I'm going to focus on him being in my life. It's like witchcraft. They say true witches don't cast spells on others; they cast spells upon themselves instead of saying, "I want him for my as my boyfriend," because that's trying to control their love and their, whatever. We cast a spell upon ourselves for the person to be in our life that is for our highest uh, unconditional love and our highest experience. Then the universe goes, "Yes, we're bringing you that to you." And if it happens to be that person, it'll be brought, but it's a pure energy. And if they aren't, then you're like, thank God for unanswered prayers. And someone who is the better fit for your journey and your adventure going forward is what will come in. So, love that for you, Leanne. Hopefully that resonates. I send you a lot of love because I know been there. Ah. So, but your heart will jump for joy in its new direction. Take it out for ice cream. All right. So let me continue here. Thank you again, everyone, for your patience. And I'm just going to let me scroll back up here because it jumped. All right. There we go. So we are to uh, Chaithra Shetty. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that again. All right, so your Cancer man with initial D, what are their current feelings towards you, and will they marry you next year? You're a Pisces. All right. So water, water. You guys definitely can connect in deep, deep, beautiful, emotional ways for sure, right? So let's take a look. All right, so let's take a look, and then baby girl, if you're still here, you'll be next. So let's see here, Chaitra. Will your Cancer D, what are their current feelings towards you? All right. What would you like Miss Pisces to know? Wow, okay. Nothing is coming out here. Let me refresh these cards here. I'm going to put my beautiful, I can't see it, rose quartz heart on them, and they're going to recharge. And they're pushing me towards these tea leaf cards. So that's what we're going to do. Say all that emotional energy of the Cancer and Pisces, they can't handle it. So let's see here. All right. All right, there we go. So boom, card went flying out here. Whoa, okay. Pew, and take out an eye here. All right. So the first card out is a month card, which you have the month of June. So, and then you have the key card. There it goes. And that says successful outcome to your problems. And then you have a weeping willow, which does say family sorrow, but um, we read cards intuitively. We don't always go off of what they say there because, of course, spirit doesn't like to be confined anyway. But the weeping willow, they're telling me the story around a weeping willow. And a weeping willow, what happens? You won't see the growth outside of a weeping willow right away. In fact, you'll see them normally growing near streams and stuff, and you see this little stick that's just growing there and hardly growing. You just see this little stub of a tree. Very rarely anything. You're just like, what is going on here? Why isn't that thing growing? But underneath the surface, the root system is going so deep and so expansive because that's what willows do. They're building this solid foundation underneath, and then out of nowhere, this tree starts to grow very fast. And then it still stays very flexible because that's what willows do. So they don't get broken as easily. They bend with the wind, the flexibility that comes, and and then the beautiful branches start to be, and even the uh, branches with all the leaves, they just rustle in the wind, and it's just beautiful, beautiful. So that's what I feel is happening for you. Is there's a lot of deep foundation that's going on right now that are growing, and I feel like June of next year is like when you're going to get news about this, and it's almost going to feel like it comes out of the blue. Again, that growth, you don't see a lot of the growth that's going on, and I would continue to, uh, they're showing me, you trying to pull the tree and trying to make it grow, and it's like, come on, tree, grow, and it's like it's not going to help. It's actually going to kill the tree. So allow it to continue to grow in its own time, knowing that things are growing underneath the surface, and just be aware good news will come in June of next year. So I love that for you. They usually don't get that specific. So now I know why they're like, nope, not these cards, use these, because they wanted all those to pop out there for you. So I love that for you. All right, baby girl. Let's take a look here. And thank you for being a new subscriber. And yep, perfect. So you did put your question here. So let's take a look. So is AJ Capricorn going to be really mad at your mom for denying? Oh, uh-oh. Okay, let's take a look here. See what they want to say. I do want to use these healing light tarot, and we'll find out. Interesting, interesting. All right. So let's take a look. Is that Capricorn going to be really mad? Okay, okay. So the first card that popped out is the Four of Swords, which the Four of Swords is about peace of mind. So I do not see that they're going to be really mad for denying it. They've made peace in their mind, because you have the Ten of Swords here too, which for me, see this person, they have all these swords in their back here. 10 is endings and new beginnings. They've turned their thoughts and their beliefs around differently. So they've done a lot of the mental work and the understanding. That makes sense. Capricorns are very mental. I am a Capricorn rising, I can say that. But we can get mental about things, and we see things very logically, and that type of thing too. Capricorn energy is very much, it's ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is all about the work. They do the work and they challenge their way of seeing things, but there's a reward that happens that comes after that. Now, they do have the Five of Cups here, which this does say that they feel emotion and they do, do through things, but they've really realized their power of choice through a lot of things, their emotional power of choice. Because these are the three cups of the outside world, where they've realized, of their, um, when they looked outside for their emotional stability, they feel disappointed and they feel unstable. So through their time, all this stuff they've been doing with, they've understood that their emotional choices are up to them. Every moment is a choice between unconditional love of the higher realms, or of the fear of losing conditional love of our human experience. So they've really taken a lot of responsibility around their own emotions, their own emotional choices. And I kind of feel like they're like, you know what, your mom's going to do what she's going to do. It has nothing to do with me. It's very matter of fact, not numb, peace. They have peace around it. They're like, you know what, she's gonna believe what she's gonna believe, but I get to believe what I want to believe, and boom, there it is. So I don't feel like they're gonna be really mad. They're just gonna be like, her opinion's her opinion. You know, what do they say? Opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one. I kind of feel like that's their nonchalant kind of, um, crazy attitude. So I like that. All right, so let me continue to look here, and we have MF here. So let's take a look here. All right, so you're asking about the visa. I think we had answered that with that. Those heart cards came out, which are all about that it's going to be this wonderful, smooth process that's going to be happening. How much time? Let me see if they'll tell us anything on that. And let me see what else we have here. So let's take a look here. All right. So you got a caterpillar card here for our answer about timing. And of course, what does a caterpillar do? Yeah, it says a change is coming, but a caterpillar takes time for them, takes time for caterpillar to turn into caterpillar soup, to turn into a butterfly. So they're like, trust the timing. You can't rush it. Just trust it that the perfect, nature doesn't go, oops, took you out too early. Nature always unfolds perfectly. The outside world will unfold with perfect timing. I know we don't like that. Blah, I want to know days and hours. When is it going to be? But they're like, just trust the timing of things. It'll be perfect. So let's keep looking here. All right, and there's Tar Rep. Great, thank you. You want to get a clarification on the feelings of your ex towards you and what might happen in the future. Great. Oh, thank you so much for your subscription and thanks for that comment too. All right, so let's see. I think these are recharged now. Let's jump back to the Love Oracle and see what we have here. All right. Choices, choices, right? So we have two choices. So let's take a look here. So the first one that popped out here will be your ex, and then the other one is your good friend. And two black cards, so it does represent them. So first of all, your ex, let's take a look here. And this is going to tell you everything you need to know about them. Yeah. Sabotage. They're rebuilding their life. And then your friend, ooh, attraction. So between the two, Spirit is saying the old one is rebuilding. They're showing me. It's interesting how they're showing this to me. So, and this came up yesterday too, which is interesting. But they're showing like a home that's being rebuilt, and all how you drive by new subdivisions and you see a house that's just the foundation. You can see right through, and there's not a lot of the walls aren't there, the electricity and electrical. It's just the basic foundation is there. It's like that's where your ex is at, and you're like, it's not ready to move in, and it's going to be a while. It's going to take some time for that to ever be ready to be moved into again. Not dissing them, they're just taking the time to rebuild their own heart and their own lives and everything like that. And then they're showing the second option, your good friend, as a condo, which I'm like, one's a house, it's out in this, subdivision. The other one's this condo that, of course, has shared walls with different people and it's in a tighter community. It's a whole different experience than having your own home, right? There's more noise, there's more activity, a lot of people all around. There's HOA. I guess homes have HOAs too, but my condo experience, you have HOAs, which is meetings with people where there's heated stuff. It's very much more, it's like suburb versus activity, 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 calm versus a lot of stuff. And so I feel like there's a lot of energy. It's a different experience, but they are nudging you towards option number two for you, and it will be a different experience. That's they were describing it for you is just um, it's like a more crowded life because I kind of feel like they have a lot of people around and a lot more people than you're used to, but they're not saying it's not a bad thing. It's just it's going to be a lot more activity, a lot more energy, a lot more stuff going on than you're used to. but they just want you to be aware of that. But that's interesting that they have that. So hopefully that resonated there for you. Um, and there's never a should. They just tell you what's that they spirit likes to tell you, well, this is what each would bring. What do you want? Because they don't decide for you. You have that power of free will and choice. And it's like, well, what do I want? Do I want to wait for this house to be finished and built out there and have that life that I had before? Or do I want this new, exciting, new kind of experience that's not as of much of an investment per se, um, but it's different and more and has all this activity in it. So uh, I'm sure you know what all that means. So hopefully that resonated for you. We will continue to be going on here, and we have here. Let's see where we are at. Sorry, it had scrolled very fast there, and I'm just going back up to where I was. Wow. Okay. All right. So let's take a look here. And we have Leanne. You're asking if your soulmate is coming soon for you. Uh-oh. They're coming for you. They're coming to take you away. Hee hee ha ha ho ho. It's an old song. Sorry. So for Leanne, I have you have this card here. It's a healing heart. So I wouldn't say soon, um, because you have some healing of your heart to go here. And I kind of feel like the healing has to do around these old memories, around this seduction. I kind of feel like, um, and it does talk about third party interference, um, and all of that with that seduction. In fact, when I saw it, I thought of like a secretary on their boss's desk, seducing them, which of course, as they say, oops, I accidentally tripped and my pants fell off and I ended up in bed with them. It was an accident. It's like every step along the way, people make decisions on what they're doing. This healing heart I have coming up here for you is for you just really seeing truth for what it is and realizing your part in anything, but letting go of what was not you and not your responsibility. It's this freedom of your heart. I don't feel like it's healing. I feel like you're freeing your heart from a lot of expectations and a lot of old ways of thinking and looking at things, so that you can do this inner work and you can be ready for a relationship that's truly in alignment more with what you are needing for you in your life going forward. You've done that old stuff, you've done the old ways, you did what you always did, you got what you always got, you're not interested in that anymore. So you're changing things in you, and then that will be what will bring other people coming forward. So, and that is great. It actually will be the best thing for you, right? Hey, Blessing, welcome. You can definitely get a reading here. Oh, someone visited you and uh, you didn't open the door. It was a good energy. Let's take a look here. Let's see here. What was this meant for you? Actually, they don't want me to use these cards for that, so we will move those over here. Um, yeah, I want to do the True Heart Tarot to find that out. Hey, Linda, good to see you too. And then we'll go to KS. If you're still here, we'll go to you next. All right, so Blessing, was this good? What was this about? What do they want you to know about this person behind door number one? All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, how funny. So you got the Six of Cups popping out, which is all about nostalgia, old people, old memories, old individuals coming into your life. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. You have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is a positive sign. It is about abundance in the outside world. And you do have the Ace of Pentacles too, which is about new opportunities, new growth coming. Also, it's about you, an opportunity for you to discover your own self worth and how it relates to the outside world. Because you have the Two of Cups here too, which is about emotional choices that, in every moment you get to choose what emotion you uh, feel as you go through anything. And of course, any stories that we apply to any situations also for us, because the other card that came flying out was the Justice card, and this is you are balancing your thoughts and your beliefs and your stories with things, because with emotions and with our thoughts and the stories we put to any situation, we have the power to choose. Is it going to be a story or an emotion that's related to unconditional love of the higher realm? Or is it going to be a fear of losing conditional love of the human, supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos? So they are saying that it's all happening on purpose for a purpose, that they came back into your life because that card came up. It is an abundant feeling you have because this is endings and new beginnings. And it feels like it's an opportunity for a new beginning with this person, but not without your power. Not it's not going to be the same way it was because you're not the same way that you were. And just with you not opening the door shows you that you have this power in yourself of like, oh, I'm always supposed to open the door when someone knocks. Nope, I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. And you get to choose what someone means in your life and how you feel about someone in your life. You get to choose what something means when someone does something in your life and what emotion you want to feel when they do it. And this, I feel like there's this big changing of habits that's going through with you where you're just like, nope, no more. I don't have to um, be at anyone's whim, anyone's beck and call, even if you knock on my door. So I love this power. Like you're flex. If I had muscle, I would flex it right now. So I do love that for you. So, you know, dry away that tear of that little emoticon and just flex your power because you are feeling this power grow within you about what you want and what you want to feel and what you want things to mean. So I do love that. All right. So we'll keep going down here and we are to KS. It's what's coming ahead this year now. So let's take a look and see. I do want to pull from the Queen of the Moon Oracle for you. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. It's almost been 3 hours, and it feels like it's only been like an hour. I love it. Again, thank you all for being here. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I really encourage you to do so. Tell your friends, your family, tell the world. I got a lot of free stuff that I offer over on my channel, as far as weekly energy updates for each zodiac sign, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, pick a cards, all sorts of wonderful things. And also, I have a lot of giveaways that are going on. And I have the playlist for the giveaways listed down in the description box. So, all right. So, KS, let's see. What do they want you to know about this coming year ahead for you? What would you like KS to know, please? All right. We got two cards. And the first one is discernment. So you got some clarity coming in. I love this, the 10 with being endings and new beginnings. And you have the egg moon, trust. So I like that. Now, I'm not only going to read one of them. Um, and I like this, like, it's like they're basically saying, trust your discernment when you're going forward. So discernment is the one that they want to zero in on, and so we're going to read that one for you. And it says, take care in your choices over this next year. Look carefully and judge wisely. There may have been something difficult to see, something that has been obscured, but now it has been revealed to you. So examine it closely. It says when you get some years on you, hopefully The time you spend moving and choosing upon this earth brings you some kind of wisdom. Some of that wisdom will be bred of hindsight and perspective. All of us, if we're engaged in life, make good decisions and poor ones. Sometimes we make spectacular bad ones. All of us get hurt. We hurt others. We learn. We forget. We fall over again. We get up. But hopefully, we grow. We change. We're able to spot where our sore points are and fix them if we so choose. We're able to take a good long look at what is painfully reoccurring in our lives and deal with it. Yes, baby, deal is what it says. The secret here is discernment, real discernment, really making it a priority to take time to ensure acuteness of judgment, really looking at the fine print before you buy. So, no rushing into things this next year. Use your mind, your intuition, your gut awareness, really look at things. And instead of taking things on face value or rushing in to surface judgments, take your sweet time to form friendships and business relationships. Put your energy output into perspective, looking at evidence instead of only just believing. Feel and act when you are being trodden upon or having your boundaries overstepped or when something doesn't feel quite kosher. Ask clarifying questions and really listen to the answers offered, then act on the reality. That's growth. That's real pattern busting. That is the gathering of wisdom. So I do love that. So in the companion stone, if you're interested in that, is yellow jasper. So that can be a good companion stone over this next year for you. But definitely trust your discernment, trust your intuition. Don't rush into things. Get out of your mind and into your heart. Trust what's flowing, and that we all go through ups and downs and falling over and everything. But just enjoy the adventure is really what I feel that they're telling you. Be in the moment, but trust your gut as you're going through it. So I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. All right. Great. Spring. I'm glad that resonated. I love that. That was spit on. I know you meant spot on. Poof. All right. Hey, 2C, welcome. Okay, we did cover that already. All right. And 2C, if you are still here, let's take a look. I don't see that you asked an additional question there, but let's take a look. And so you just want a general reading, it looks like. And yep, you said still here down here on the bottom. So let's take a look. And I do want to pull here from the angels and ancestors, and let's see what they want to tell us here. Okay, then we'll get to you, Linda, next. Alrighty. So what would you like to see to know, please, for our roaring Leo? All right. Oh, they didn't want that. Okay, that's the one's jumping out here. Wow. So you've got the stag. You've got, says on the bottom here, trust and thrive. So let's see here what message the stag brings. Oh, there we go. It says, come alive and thrive. Stand in your light and glory with grace and majesty. The stag card brings graceful and powerful medicine into your life. And in the Celtic traditions, the stag with his crown of antlers is known as the king of the forest and is a totem that brings protection in challenging times. In Native American traditions, he's greatly loved, for stags and deer have provided food for the people and materials that have allowed them to create medicine items such as drums, rattles, and smudge fans. Although the stag has been hunted in the past and still is, he has strength, dignity, and poise. And when this card arises, it can also represent fertility and sexuality, maybe an opportunity to explore your sexual side, with your spiritual integrity supporting you on that journey. You have an opportunity to thrive, so trust in all that you have to offer, all your gifts, your strength, and your power, and make the most of it. You were born to lead, and this can only become reality when you're willing to put yourself in that position. Stag energy allows you to feel safe because the antlers keep away anything that could interfere with your intelligence and your presence, and their strength gives you the power to be agile in your thinking. You're being encouraged to retain your dignity and be proud of who you are and all that you've accomplished. This in turn will give you even more power to thrive onwards and upwards. Wow, powerful message there. I'm shown so all you Harry Potter fans, maybe you are to see, but when he what was it, the Dementors, when they were at that lake and he did that his little thing that the giant stag appeared and it made the giant um, light appear and push them all away. I feel like this is the kind of power that you're realizing it, that it's like, really look at how powerful you are, what you're able to do, the energy that you hold, and the leadership that you can provide, how magical you really are. So, this, is what they want you to know and what you'd like to connect to on there. All right, I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to have to be leaving here. I do have an appointment here in a little while, so I do need to head off here shortly. So I'm going to try to get it to as many of you as I can here. And Linda, you're concerned about your husband's health. We do send a lot of love and energy. If you all want to join me, just to send a lot of love to Linda's husband for his health, that whatever his higher self would like for him, that we want to expand and take as much pain and as much, give him as much healing as his higher self would allow us to give. I do feel for that. I do want to do this. Okay, that makes sense. The Healing Light Tarot is where they're having me go. So let's take a look here. Oh, thank goodness. Sorry, another one flying. There are. All your energy is amazing. I think I had to uh, get it, what, 3 times to pick up cards that went. Phew. So I love this for you, Linda, because you do have the World card, which is about an ending of a significant cycle and a beginning of a new one, as well as the Ten of Swords, which is the ending of old beliefs and thoughts and expectations and ready to move into new ones. This is like all this pain is about ready to move and be removed. And it has to do with thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are coming in. Yeah. As well as the Eight of Cups, which is all about leaving behind the emotions that no longer serve. Now, they are reminding me, a lot of our physical ailments and situations that come into our bodies are emotionally and spiritually based. There's a great, wonderful book by Louise Hay about healing yourself, and I kind of feel a nudge toward that because we're coming back to emotions and thoughts and beliefs that are inside that have him to a place where he's absolutely exhausted. He's ready. He's sick and tired of being sick and tired. He's ready to move on from the old cycles and the old ways of thinking and believing and feeling. So I really feel, looking into that book, and I know someone told me the name yesterday again. I think it's Healing Yourself. If you guys know it, if you pop it down here um, for Linda, I would take time to go try to find it. It's in my bookshelf over there, but it's Louise Hay, and it is about healing yourself. So all you beautiful people, I know someone out there knows it, and they'll be popping it down here. If not, just like Google Louise Hay healing, and her book will pop up. I know, but I really feel that will help in releasing. Um, some stuff that's going on in his body, because it is emotionally based and spiritually based, thought based on his beliefs and stuff that's all going on inside here. It's made its way to the outside world, and when he does that inner work, it will reflect out into his body too. And we send him a lot of love and our support through what he's going through, and of course for you too, because I know your heart goes out to him and you hate to see him suffer. Um, so you can just give him love, give him love, give him love. And if that book interests you, you can even sometimes search Louise Hay and what does this mean? Like, and you put whatever ailment or whatever's going on in someone's body, and usually there'll be some sort of little pop up too, that will help you understand what the root of that is. So, much love to you there, Linda. All right, let me continue here. And we have Yusra132. Thank you for being here. Will A be in and you be in a relationship next year? Well, let's take a look here, see what Spirit wants you to know here. So let's take a look here. All right. So the black cards that pop up represent them, and the pink cards represent you. So let's take a look here. I had a black card pop out, and then the top pink card is for you. So we'll take a look here. Will you be in a relationship next year? So we have them, they have these sunglasses on, which is they're hiding their eyes, they're hiding themselves here. And it's like focusing out is the word that's jumping up in there. But you have the boat. See if there it goes. So you have the boat, which means you're receiving what you need, um, through this over this next year. Um, and it's about moving on. So with both of those together, I am saying no. I'm sorry. That I'm not sorry. I'm just saying that because I know that Spirit's always going to bring you what's best for you. So I'm sorry if that upsets you. I guess I should say, maybe. I don't know. But you will not be in a relationship next year based on that. That's okay because you are moving on and you are finding what you need because of it. So it's almost like, you don't need a delay, and a relationship with A would be a delay for you in moving on to what you really need. So it's like, no, nope, that, but it's for you. It's not happening to you. So, carry on, sail away, because you have more important things to do with your energy and your time and your love. So, yeah, so definitely. So that's a quick and easy answer because then you're like, yes, I'm going to move on to something else if you want, because that's totally like your power, right? All right, and Tasty One 2000, welcome. Good afternoon. You can definitely ask a question. Um, don't see that you asked one. If you're still here, just pop a question down in the chat box, and then I just follow it in order. So hopefully, um, you're still here and you can ask that question. And then we'll just, in the meantime, I'm going to jump past here to Katie P, who's asking, oops, sorry, scrolled ahead real fast here. There it is. Should you reach out to Katie K and try to reconnect or leave her alone? I'm going to use the Witch's Tarot for that. Let's take a look and see what they want you to do with that. All right. Should you reach out or leave her alone? Let's take a look here. What would you like? What's in the highest experience for both of you? Okay. Okay. So you do have the temperance card that popped up here, which is about patience and balancing and taking time. So this would be no, along with Eight of Swords, which is leave her alone. Leave her in her predicament with her own thoughts and her beliefs and her mindsets. She's blinded and bound and trapped, but it's all up to her. And so that temperance card is saying, have patience, everything will work itself out. Um, that's her, what she needs to do, what she's in her own thoughts, her own beliefs, her own mindsets. There's nothing you can do. You don't have to be the hero to rescue or to interact or to try to explain or try to do whatever, because it's not going to do any good right now because she's blinded, she's not acting, and she has all her foundation and her walls up. So it's not going to help anyway. But you can just always send love. Love our higher selves when we send unconditional love to each other. Our higher self will always take the love and use it for what it wants to in our lives. So if there's something that we're unable to do, we can always send love. And so that's what I would encourage you to do, is to send love. All right, let's continue going here. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for all your beautiful comments on here. Let me continue here. Oh, yeah, baby girl. So let's take a look here. Uh, so let's take a look here. Yeah. So um, you were following up with that. Is that other person going to be mad that they're doing? Like, why does she keep telling him where I'm going to be, and why does he watch me from afar, and why is he stalking me? Why does she keep doing that? Well, of course, you know mamas are going to be mamas, is what I'm hearing. That they always have what they want their children to have. And actually what they're telling me is they're like, a lot of parents will try to live their lives through their children, and they're like, maybe she had the hots for a cop when she was young, and she wants you to be with him, but she's not going to meddle in your life. Oh no. But oh no, I'm not doing it, you know so you know just give her love. She's going to do what she's going to do, regardless of what you tell her to or not. I almost feel like you're the mom and she's the teenage daughter, the way she's acting. But just, go with the flow. Just live your life. Let her do what she's wanting to do. There's nothing that you can do, um, you know, around other people's actions, both your mom and that other guy. You can only live your life and your love. The more energy you put into it, that expands. So don't give it your energy. Focus on what you're grateful in your life and what you do want in your life, and that expands instead. The other stuff will diminish as well. Um, just look at what emotions it's bringing up for you, because that will keep showing itself until you deal with why it's so important to you. And when you realize, you're like, yeah, what do I care? I'm going to choose for me. I have that power. They can want all they want, but that's their life, not mine. So just free yourself there. Hey, Sunny Girl, thank you for subscribing. You can definitely ask a question. You turned into a butterfly. Yay! So we'll take a look here. Let's see. I don't know if you asked a question. If you haven't, throw one down in the description box. Only have about probably 20 more minutes, and then I'm going to need to go. I'm going to try to get to as many as you as I can. And oh my gosh, such a joy having you all here. I'm going to try to go more often live, because I just love sharing their messages. Let's see here. And Avani, thank you for your subscription. All right. And then Avani, you did ask a question. If you message Ankit today, what will he think about it or you? So let's take a look here, Avani, if you are still here, Avani Patel. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm not gonna tell you. Oh, no, no. Okay, there's two more. So, um, the Three of Swords represents the expectations card, and so what they think of you. And I want to look at these other two cards to hear too. Okay, so the Queen of Wands, which is a very powerful individual that has so much energy, walks into the room, brighten things up, very commanding, gets stuff done. People respect them. But they also have the Hermit card here, which is about really this internal journey and this enlightenment. And with all three of these together, what they think of you reaching out, um, if you reach out to them, they are. This is how they perceive you and what they expect of you. And so they're just going to see you as someone that's very powerful, very bold and forward. That they see you as a wise person that's really done a lot of their inner work, but they also have these expectations around it all. And I kind of feel like if you reach out to them, it it is uh, sh- showing them it goes against what they are used to. Is kind of how I want to say it. They have these expectations on who people are, how they act, what they do. But with you doing that, they're going to be like, "Whoa, that's unexpected." And but they see like this different side of you. But I see it in a positive way. I don't see it as like, oh, you didn't live up to my expectations. They're like, wow, that's unexpected, and it's kind of intriguing to them. So if you're wondering if you should or not, I say do it by what those cards were saying there. So I'd like that for you. All right, let me keep going here. Thank you, Debbie. Definitely my pleasure. I love sharing these messages. All right, and then you said any message would be appreciated. So I do want to pull a um, card here for you, and I feel like they want the magic of the unicorns for you. Okay, one more here. All right. All right. Tell you, you guys' energy is blowing my cards up today. I love it. Keep it coming. Okay. So for Debbie, you got open your heart. I love this. There it goes. A little more clear. And it says, love yourself, dare to be vulnerable. And card number 9, which is like we just had the Hermit card, which is about your inner journey. And it says, there are 33 chambers in your heart chakra, all containing lessons of love. Your heart is open to the extent that you have mastered these. A warm and loving heart enfolds other people so that they feel safe and loved, and in return, they love you. As your heart opens and you feel free to share your feelings, you also allow yourself to be vulnerable. So people immediately trust you and feel close to you. This card reminds you to be generous and giving of yourself. Your guidance is to breathe into your heart and ask your unicorn to illuminate the center with its horn of diamond light. When it pours pure love into all the chambers of this chakra and lights them up, this dissolves any old hurts or blocks you may still have. Most important of all, appreciate yourself. Be kind to yourself. Feel your heart becoming warm and expansive. Your unicorn is reminding you that when you love and value yourself, any lower emotions dissolve in the glow of your inner worth. Wow. Then you become caring and compassionate towards humans and animals. You radiate unconditional love and acceptance towards all sentient beings, and they respond with kindness. You see the loving essence of others, and your path becomes happier. Opening your heart is the greatest possible way to light up your journey, for an open heart attracts help, kindness, true friendships, and all the support you need from the human, animal, and angelic worlds. Wow, I love that. So, your message, yeah, open up your heart, feel that love fill you up, because that does transform and change your life. I do love that for you. All right, let's take a look here. Hey, Info Entertainment, welcome for the new subscription. And you do perfect. You said, can you ask a question? And you did down below. So let's take a look here. Just keep scrolling here. I'm trying to get to it here. All right. So there's a lot of trouble going on in your husband's business. And you want to know if and when will you be able to move out of the situation and get away. Um, I'll get away with stuff that's gone bad. I'm like, get away with doing bad stuff. No, you want to get away from all that stuff that's gone bad. Oh my goodness. All right. We'll definitely take a look here and see what we have here. All right. So let's see when we be able to move on beyond these situations going on here. So info entertainment. All right. So I got two cards here. You do have the temperance card coming in here, which is all about balance and patience, coming in, of course. Um, and you can see how it's kind of almost like they're doing this alchemy, pouring the above down to the below, above and below, above and below. And you also have the Ten of Wands, which is about energy and burden. You guys are ready. It's the endings, and tens are endings and new beginnings. So you definitely are ready, and you can even see there's the same full moon that's above both of them here. Um, it's probably the sun, but I'm seeing it as the full moon right now. And I kind of feel like this next full moon that's coming up, which we have a new moon here this next weekend. So the next new moon will be like 3 weeks. It's about 3 weeks away. Uh, is when you're going to see the endings and things start to really fall away rather quickly. Now, they do want you to know. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that in the microphone there. um, that this balancing is so important with the upper realm and the realm down here. Just realizing, again, with the one's energy, all this energy that's being invested in thinking, the balancing and the patience piece is kind of surrendering and releasing a lot to the upper realms and making sure you're taking the time. How much energy are you investing in focusing on the gratitude for what is and looking at what lessons am I learning? It's kind of like they look down at the cup as they're pouring it back and forth, going, what is being created here? As things and this tides are changing, what am I learning through it? What is coming up for me? Because nothing comes to us by accident. Everything is always coming for us, not happening to us, even though we come here to experience what it might feel like of something happening to me, because we want to feel out of control and we want to feel like all these emotions and all these fear things. And it's like, okay, but what did I want to learn through this? And I kind of feel like that's the little contemplation they're doing, is it's going back and forth. It's almost like taking a step away, get away for a day, or a few hours, go to a park, get away from all the chaos, take some deep breaths, have an ice cream, have a iced coffee, something somewhere, and just go, what is this all telling me? What is this showing me? Why would I want this to happen? And really look into that, because I feel that helps this change. This helps this things move. This new moon coming up this next week too, is great, because that's the planting of new seeds, the new beginnings of things, coming. If you have a chance, check out the weekly that I put out by individual zodiac sign, because I do mention the new moon that's coming up and how you can use new moon wishes to start transforming things in your life too. So there's a playlist. If you go to my, to the main page of my Rhoda Zen YouTube channel, it'll have like a playlist for weeklies. Just go in there for the September weekly and look for the most recent one for your sign. And I feel like there's something that will help you there with using that power to start transforming the energy that's going on there. But we do send you a lot of love and support as you're going through that, because I know those things are not always easy. I know. I know. So hopefully that helped resonate a little bit here. I only have a couple more moments here. So I want to see if I can get to some more before I need to go. I appreciate all your patience. I've been online almost 3.5 hours. My voice is starting to go too, but I have somewhere I need to jet off to. Let's see here. And so we have Melvin 111. You want to know if spirit can help you with some clarity, what are you missing or what question should you be asking? So let's take a look at the Witch Tarot real quick. And if I'm not able to get to you guys, please check out my weekly tarot readings I put out by individual zodiac sign. I also have monthly readings, pick a cards. So there might be, if I'm not able to get to you today live, Spirit knows. And so if you go check those, see which ones you're drawn to, because you might get your answers over there as well. Just saying. I'm just saying. So let's take a look here. What are you missing, or what question should you be asking here? So, nope, I don't want any of those. Those just went flying out. Oh, great, Dale. Thank you so much if you're still here. I appreciate that. I'm glad that the messages have helped. Anshul, thank you. I'm glad that message resonated. Thank you, Beza. Glad you joined us. I'm just so overwhelmed by all of your guys' love and your energy. It is amazing. I tell you it. That's why 3 hours can go flying by, and I'm like, I felt like it's only been an hour because I feel the love and support from everyone. All right, so let's try this again here, Melvin. Okay. So you have the Queen of Swords here, which swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. But the Queen of Swords, she wields this Ace of Swords. So there is this, she's offering you the ability to connect to capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love. It also allows you to cut away some old thoughts and some old beliefs that are no longer serving you. She also, in addition to ruling over um, the air element, which is what swords are, all the queens are given water as well. So she's half water, emotion, and half mind, air. So she's very good at opening, this balance between heart and mind, and not making decisions strictly out of logic and not making decisions strictly out of emotion. But it's a beautiful balance between the two. And she has her hand extended, which means she's open to new thoughts and new beliefs from the outside world. She's very, I don't want to say political. That's not a good word these days. Back then, she's very able to interact well with other royalty and hear what they have to say, and she's open to it. So there's these great interactions between the two. So, what you're missing is like this the balance between heart and mind. And I almost feel that possibly, if you are an air sign, that it's about not trusting your gut feeling and your intuition, and that's what they would want you to be doing is trust your gut instinct, even though you go off the mind and go, yeah, I know that, but blah 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 blah. There's all these facts, and it's like, but trust your gut. I know, but there's these details. But why would I decide that when all this? Because this plus this plus this plus this equals that. They're like, I know, but trust your gut. And I feel like they keep pointing you to trust your gut, trust your gut, trust your gut. because this is what is going to be giving you the information that you need. And that's what you're not seeing. You're not seeing the unseen. Ha ha ha. They're very funny. You're not seeing the subconscious, the unconscious, the things that are going on behind the scenes and beneath the surface, because you're seeing it only through your mind, through your mind's eye, instead of your heart and your gut. So I would definitely trust that for that. All right. And let me just take a look here. Very good. Very good. All right, everybody. I know I see there's so many more, and I feel bad. I really want to get to all of them, but I'm going to need to go. Um, but please, please, I thank you for showing up today, for all of your love, for all of the new subscribers, my old subscribers, for you guys just supporting one another so wonderfully in the chat too. I will be back next weekend for sure. I might even try to go on during the week, but I'll put out an announcement on my Instagram, my Facebook, and even on Twitter accounts. But and I think there's a new community thing that just opened up on YouTube that I saw right before I went on live that I can also post there, I believe. And I might start posting there when I'm going to go live next. So I definitely appreciate everyone so very much. It is truly my honor and my pleasure and privilege to pull cards for you and connect to the spirit world. I appreciate you guys so much. I send you all my love. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, like I said, if you do, make sure to click the little alarm icon and set it to be notified of all, because I'll be putting out more new opportunities to win things, and also, of course, all the free readings that I put out into the world. So I love you all. I wish you the best of the rest of your day, or a good night if you're going to sleep, depending on where you're at in the world. And just know that every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. Of course, I love you too. You guys take care. Sending you a big hug, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.